Because I'm worth it.
Yeah.
We invented the language. That's why we're correct.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, that was a really gross burp.
It was a wet one. That's okay.
That's what she said.
just proved it. You didn't start this time. It was us.
No, I think I've got a thing for that.
That's revenge for the cream pie.
It's always a rude eye.
It's always a rude eye.
Revenge for a cream pie. Isn't that a good thing?
Well, he was saying it to Sevi. So.
Oh, that also. Should we call HR for them? Why are they not cream pies between those two?
I know. Sevi burst out laughing, so I think she was fine.
She wasn't offended? Okay.
If anything, it sounded like Arudai was the distraught party.
Oh no, poor Arudai. Arudai, a cream pie is a good thing for you. I'm just saying.
I was taking a sip.
It's full of vitamins.
Full of vitamins?
I was told it makes you younger.
But
I'm not even sure if I can say what I thought.
I was told it tastes good in your. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, is that how you explain Asians not aging for like the first 50 years of their life?
Yeah, isn't that why the Japanese are so young? What is that thing that they call when a bunch of men stand around a girl and put the de-aging
I'm not even
cream
sure
on?
you want me to say the word, but I do know the
I was
word.
going to say the
It's
casting
with
couch.
Boo, yeah.
I was going to say, you talking about the casting couch? I don't know. Don't know what's
Khaki.
going on.
Sorry.
So you can say the word as long as Wicked speaks in the middle, then no one can pick it up.
No one knows what you said.
Yeah,
What,
I see David P put the word in chat, so it's enough.
He just thought you were asking a genuine question. He's like, I'm helping.
Real quick, though, I hate to interrupt this lovely conversation, but we are having a member party right now. Mr. Tex gifted, Mr. Tex gifted one. Psychos Mongoose.
Psycho?
Psychotic
Haiku?
Mongoose. I had one sip.
Haiku mongoose?
I'm already done.
Haiku. Maybe she's making a haiku.
Yes, I was trying. It didn't work though. Sneaky Singy gifted 5. Marcus became a new member, and Raider dropped a 10 bomb. So I mean, we're having a.
Whoa.
Thank you. I know.
Yes,
queen.
yes.
Did you hear the air horn?
He introed himself. I
I love it. I love
Loved
it.
it. Thank you guys so much.
What do you mean I introed myself? That wasn't me.
What?
Somebody else did the air horn.
No, that was me.
Oh,
because he reached over.
no,
like,
Wicked
when you
thought I
did
played
that.
it. It's like he introed himself.
I thought you did it because you reached
No.
over. And
Mine would have been a
it looked
rude
like
eye
it.
saying something horrific.
Cream pies.
That's true. That's true. But thank you guys so
Got an
much for
entire
the
page.
memberships. And Magnum Norse hops in at the end there and became a member. Welcome to the Potato Squad.
Welcome to the Potato Squad and the member party. We love our members here.
We
want the best thing about that clip is I did play it during tabletop, and literally within about 3 seconds, I had Sevi in my DMs going, "Can I have that clip?" And it was like instantly.
She could just clip it from the. Well, might be easier to just get it from you.
We have a request from Jim Watari, and we're just gonna have to full screen disprove for this
Why?
because he wants you to say saucy.
No, but what are the dots? Are they emotes?
Emotion.
on YouTube?
Yeah,
Emotion.
Oh, okay.
emotes.
Emotes.
Saucy.
Oh.
Oops.
Oh, hi. Oh, no. Why?
This equality. Oh, she's
Wait,
kicked
did
herself.
She boot herself?
Yeah, she kicked herself.
Whoops. I'm back. Hello. Thank you for the 20,
Yes.
Jim. No, because I hit remove solo layout and I thought that it would just bring us all back, and it was like boop, boop, boop. Nope.
We're amateurs, guys. It's fine.
I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm trying though. Hi,
Mhm.
Kara.
Yes.
This is what Hollywood never realized when they were doing all their
Yes.
podcasts from their own shows. Like, theirs were just really badly produced. It's like, no, you've got to have something that looks reasonable, sounds reasonable, and then mess up everything else. Like, they got it wrong. I'm going to sit in a cupboard with the worst mic you've ever heard and then pretend it's authentic.
Yeah, they were pretending to be bad. I thought that was so silly.
Yeah. It's only funny when it comes naturally. And if,
Yeah, you can't boomer on purpose because, they're skits that they do on whatever
Yeah,
live
skits.
television. It always is forced, right?
Yeah.
And I don't mind if it's like SNL style, kind of like the actual skit, like you planned this like banter back
Yeah.
and forth as characters or whatnot. But when it's like planned talking points where it looks like an interview or an interaction that's supposed to be genuine, and you're like, no.
Oh, too much.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Okay.
I was trying to
look,
fix
we've
my
all been
camera.
there.
Wait, let me be like wicked
Yeah,
now.
you
Okay.
showed it, you're like, whoa, that's
Yeah,
too
should I-
much.
should
The
I stream
crowd
like
can't
this,
handle it,
guys?
folks.
No, I didn't like the background. I do got a new shirt. There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted it to be right above Spidey.
It's like, oh no, no, you can't show too much of your chest.
Okay,
That's
look
just-
at
it's
I'm
too
not gonna
rabbit.
lie. I
I
do
do
like
like this
Spidey
shirt.
on top.
like when you
Yeah,
go
he's like,
outside,
oh,
people
it's
only
falling,
view
it's
from
falling.
there down. You have to wear like a box.
What the heck? Hold on.
Your camera just like tilted up. We're doing it live, folks. We're doing it live. I love your hair. It's like straight
did.
Thank you.
silky. I want to
I
just
did. I did okay.
brush my
What is
hands
happening
through
with my
it.
camera?
Now this feels awkward.
It's just gonna fall down. It's like, oh no, we're gonna see like the back of a
I
PC.
think your camera is sauced during Saucy Saturdays.
There is
I
no
think
better
there we
camera
go.
angle than when you get
It
really
wasn't
close
clipped.
to it. And you
I
just go,
had it
"Ah."
loose. It wasn't like clipped onto my monitor. Now we're good. Is it crooked? No, I'm just gonna leave it. I can't.
It's not as
Just
bad.
don't touch it. Just don't touch
I've
it.
seen worse. Things like I've literally seen people like they look as if they're about to slide off the earth.
I've
Yeah.
been there.
That's why I like this angle more than the other angle that I was at, but because I like, it's the only thing that's bothering me, the wires, but I'm only here for another few more days.
Oh, I've had my camera angle really off kilter, but as long as if you don't have like bookshelves and stuff in the background, it's quite hard to tell.
Oh my
It's
God.
when you have right behind you
Like me.
bookshelves
why it
and there's
bugs
like
me, and I'm
straight
like-
lines just like that. Like, well,
Yeah.
that does the physics doesn't physicking.
Well, that's why I
Yeah.
like pointing towards a corner. Then you're not like forced to feel like you're level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nobody could tell.
Yeah. It was just me. I wanted it down a little bit, and then okay. Anyways. Next week,
It was just funny you arrived too much and then left again.
too much sauce. Next week we're all gonna be together for Saucy.
Freaking pumped. This is going to be a monumental Saucy Saturday. Well,
Put it
it'll
in
be
your
early, by
calendars.
the way.
5, right? We're doing 5 p.m. because the meetup is at 7.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're doing 5 to 7.
Eastern time for those who are wondering. And we're going to get pre-sauced before a meetup, which is going to be so fun. And I mean, we've all been to meetups. I've seen you kind of really drunk and you seemingly drunk, but not really, but you probably were drunk, but holding yourself well together.
Just
Yeah,
being
yeah,
British.
People are like, this yeah, people don't seem to be able to tell a lot of the time until I get to the point where I'm like, no, you're all wrong about everything. And that's when we're like, oh, he's drunk now.
Yeah. So
Binge
yeah, 5
drinking-
p.m. Eastern, whatever time that means for everyone else. Put it on your calendars right now. We'll wait.
There was literally an article about how binge
for a
drinking has
moment.
been part of English culture for the last over 2,000 years. But yeah, I think we've evolved for this.
Okay, you guys can multitask. Y'all are nerds, right? We can multitask for sure.
Yeah. No, I'll probably put it up like Friday or something, just so that people get
A
like, an
reminder?
early. Yeah. But let me get to these super chats before we get into a topic. Nathan, thank you for the Norwegian 20. Please disparu. No coupling or Alice in Borderlands. Well, now that you brought it up, he's going to talk about it.
Favorite show, Alice in Borderland. Favorite TV show, coupling. Favorite comedy. I can't help it.
I can't help that I
One
have
of the
taste.
issues with reviewing any entertainment is it's all relative to everything else, and so you need something to hold up as like, this does the best of this. And so you find out that's quite often just the same show. Especially in today's day and age, where you don't have any new things that beat the old things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I should talk about Babylon 5 more often.
God dang
Like,
it.
yeah. I don't know.
Okay, can you delete Nerdrotic? I'm on the wrong account.
Did it again.
Delete Nerdrotic, how dare he exist?
I'm going to ban that. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, I'm on the right account now.
I mean, we'll never forget that time that she said, I love you to somebody. And they're like, please just let me have this. Keep it.
My bad. My bad. Should I just do that? I'll just like sign into Gary's accounts and I'll just.
I
speak
love
as
you
him.
all. I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh, Gary's in the chat.
Okay. I love you all in a gay way. That's the only time I'm doing that.
Clip it, ship it, put it on Twitter.
Oopsies.
She's getting demoted. No. Magnum Norris, thank you for the 5. DEI is dead. Dead equity incentives. I want to dance outside in the rain now. Thank you all. It's a big day. It's wonderful. I think Trump should put disparu, like hire him to do something because
I'd actually vote diverse as the fact that I'm from a different continent rather than everyone they've been hiring who are just more American.
Well, the thing that would be great about hiring, if you call this a diverse hire, is that you could consult other countries and other cultures on how their country is run based on, well, maybe not Britain.
That sounds like a really bad idea.
It's like, wait a minute.
Not the UK. I'd maybe go with like,
no, because there has to be. It's like the entertainment example. There will be a place which is run better than anywhere else, and so you don't. The entire idea of diverse ideas is nonsense. There will be a guy who has the correct idea or the best idea, and you only need to listen to him. This is all the point. I think everybody's opinion isn't equally valid or equally correct. There's one guy who has the best idea. You just want to filter it down to that guy. It's the same with anything. And especially with America, where they're like, we are the best nation in the world. I mean, if you want to prove that, you're gonna have to going like, oh, we're gonna listen to Sweden about something. It's probably not the best idea. It's like, we have the best.
He can hire you to do the Hollywood stuff with Stallone. And who do you hire? Stallone, Mel Gibson, and then I can't remember the third guy. And then just add disparu. Yeah, and then movies will be good again. Make movies great again, and disparu will make it happen. But you're fired. He'll just fire everyone.
I did make a video just before this. We're like, you should have just fired all of them.
John Boyd, thank you.
I would have done that. That is genuinely the solution to everything, though. If you have terrible employees, you get rid of them. Like,
that's what reviews are all about. You know, you see how their employees doing. Are they improving? How many times have they been scolded? Stuff like that. Are they improving things? Are they self-motivators? Because that's something that is really hard to find in people. Is do they do enough work? Oh wow, make America Gary again.
Like you just put his face on the flag. It's just like everywhere.
Yeah.
Sorry, finish that thought.
No, and I don't know how or why we got away from like just individualism where they do well for your company instead of we're just throwing away money to say that we hired someone DEI and they are just a sink for your cash. Just keep throwing it down there and then not having anything in return. It just keeps taking and taking.
I wonder
it should be a reciprocal transaction between you and your employee, right?
Yeah.
You both benefit, or you should be both benefiting.
How it should be. I wonder if this is going to go down to like, we think about it just like an entertainment and stuff, right? But it's everywhere. I just realized I was thinking back to like my mom. She works in the kitchen and everything. Oh, tacos. He's a happy X-ray.
Sorry, I haven't had dinner yet. Thank you.
It's okay. Eat up. I ate right before this. But okay, so my mom, right?
I'm not going to
she's
tell
a,
you when I ate.
she's
Nobody
a
cares.
she's a chef, with a lot of experience with the school and everything. And so, very good. She was making less than like a 20-something-year-old at her job at one point because he was from a
Wait,
different
what?
country. Yeah, because he was from a different country and they got a tax break on him.
Yeah. This is
And I'm like, how does that freaking make any sense? Someone who can like work all of you, even the owners, under the table because she's that good. And this person that's been in the kitchen for like, I don't know, a year is going to make more than her. I remember she ended up leaving that job. This was a while ago, actually, but it's stuff like that just never made sense.
It does make sense when you understand the ideology. This is why it's dangerous to use words without thinking through what they actually mean. Because a lot of people, like I say, you're taught something as a kid, and then you go on using it, and if you don't put in the time to think, what does this word actually mean, you end up in a place that you never expected. Like, my favorite anagram for DEI was "didn't earn it." But from their perspective, it's essentially the idea, if everybody is equal, then any equality, any inequality at all can't be caused by the person, because every person is equal. That means if you're not the same as somebody else, so if you have any more than somebody else, you have basically been systemically benefited, and they haven't. They've been discriminated against. So you have to give them more to put them on a playing field. You have to be discriminated against and brought down so that you're equal. Because it can't be that you're better. It can't be that you work harder. It can't be that you're more intelligent, because everybody is equal. And so any discrepancy at all, statistically, must be because there's a race system. And it's why equality is such a horrible, acidic idea. Because you can't be individual if you think everyone's the same, because then you've got a collective of the world. To be individual is to be hierarchical. Some people are better than others. Some values are better than others. Some people are more talented than others. And everything should go to the best people. It's the society was lied to about an idea, and it sounds really nice, but it just doesn't work on a scale. It's great in a family, not above.
So I get what you're saying, and I agree with that. I think more so like equal opportunities a thing, but that doesn't exactly mean like what you're saying makes it where that makes no sense. Not that you don't make sense, but like
but hierarchy
what actually like, comes of it is what doesn't make sense, because you would think I want the best for the position, but no, because we got to be equal. And but so I get what you mean. It's
Anthony Mackie, he was talking about it, and he said, he literally used the words, I just think that we should have the best people for the job. You know, the best two men, the best two women, the best two this, the best two that. Like, that was what he thought the best people mean. And so you can't have conversations because they come from an entirely equality-based variable, like belief system. They see the world differently. And so this is why I think, like, you have to decide what your company wants, and then you just can't let people who believe opposite to you in power, because they will do the opposite thing. I don't think it's changed. Like, until you change the people, you won't change the, as they love to say, corporate culture.
That is a fair
It starts
point.
up top for sure.
Yeah.
And if the people who are hiring, especially, and I think this was brought up a year or two ago when I was talking about it with someone, your HR are majority female.
Mm-hmm.
So they're bringing in a type of culture when they hire people. And then that trickles down to every level of employment. And have you ever met a based HR person?
Well, you used to have them. Like, HR used to be a largely male occupation, but then you start to hire women, women hire more women. It's a perfectly normal human response to hire people who are like you. Because a lot of people see the world from their perspective, and so they like their perspective. So they hire people who also like their perspective. Perfectly natural. But it does mean that without some kind of system of checks and balances, somebody watching over you, essentially, or without, as they say, like, opposite people in the room, you just tend to hire more people like you, and then they go on, and before you know it, you've got a HR department that looks exactly the same, and your entire company is captured. You capture HR, you own the company, because they hire everybody.
It's true. We will get in. Do you guys want to? I'm gonna get a couple super chats real quick, but do you want to start with Anthony Mackie then? Since it's Anthony or Anthony? It's Anthony, right? Yeah.
Anthony.
We'll start. He said Anthony, so I'm like, have I been saying his name wrong this whole time?
Well,
He just said it in British.
It is, the name is Anthony. He just pronounces it wrong.
He pronounces his own name wrong. What a dummy.
Yes. You can't take a name which has a pronunciation and change it. There is no such thing as a different pronunciation of Anthony. You're just wrong.
That's just Bruce just like saying you're just wrong.
Yes.
we need a like him
Things-
on a
things
shirt
have
with
a
that. You're just wrong.
I genuinely think this is one of the main differences between like America and England is that we have a correct way and you should do the correct thing. And America's like, freedom, you can do whatever you want. I'm like, but that means they can be wrong. They're like, yeah, we love that. I'm like, no. It's
I don't
Anthony.
necessarily believe that. I'm sure there are names
Well, that's
that
what
are
freedom
pronounced
means.
different in French versus English as
Yeah.
well.
But he's not French.
Like Emily could be Amelie. So
I mean, this may
but
just
is
be the
Anthony
Englishman.
like technically an Italian
second,
or
Megan
French way of
Norris.
saying Anthony?
This may be the Englishman in me, but I would say the French have always been wrong.
I just think Disbrew just believes everyone is wrong. That's not
No,
Aluminum.
that's specifically about the French.
Aluminum.
You,
I'm just trying to trigger him.
You always pronounce your own wrong name wrong, then.
Aluminum.
But I don't want any low quality aluminum in any of my kind of products. I only want high quality aluminium.
Sorry.
It's got more
I
letters.
feel
It
like
must be
I feel like you're
stronger.
saying LMNOP. That's what I feel like you're about to say when you say aluminum. Magnum Norris.
LMNOP. What? You like cut out a letter there.
When you say it fast, never mind. Magnum Norris for 5. Savvy needs a pedicure before she kills a poor man. Poor Savvy.
Takes one wrong step.
No. And Raider comes in with a 67.39. Thank you, Raider.
Saucy. Gonna paint the town red as our rater.
That's like just their thing forever.
Yep.
No one can take it from them.
It's some of the best moments of a stream I've ever been in.
We're gonna see.
It's just into
next
that, and
week.
you hear Lady Master go, Racer! And then it just immediately cuts off into exactly what she hates. It's so funny.
We're gonna hang out with him next week. It'd be great. I've met Raider before. He's very nice. Raider's awesome. And Mark of Reality gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Mark. And Duppy was like, I'm gonna get 5 too. Thanks, Duppy. Hold on. What are we gonna get for that one? Let's do
Please.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
I want
Because I'm worth it.
We haven't had a worth it in a while. Yes.
Like every clip is X-Ray Girl hype womaning at the
I'm
end.
a hype
She's-
woman for sure.
She steals the show. Magnum Norse for 5. Disbrew is spectacularly annoying in the best way.
What we specialize in. Why do you think we developed an accent that people actually like? Because otherwise, no one would want us around. You try invading 1/3 of the world, and then finding a way to actually get you to people to keep you around.
How was your tacos? What kind were they? I
Oh my
need
god,
details.
beef,
Disbrew's gonna
sour
get mad.
cream, cheese, so freaking good.
Yes.
Hats off to the chef.
I don't have a hat, so there you go.
Me neither.
Boop.
That's why that's off.
And Magnum Norse with another super chat. Thank you. 10. Yeah, there is good ish. It's just the way, just that we have to wallow through ish in order to find the good ish. How many times am I going to say ish? And by the end of the day, we're all covered in ish.
I mean, you could at
I
least
don't want
say
to be covered in ish. Ew.
tis.
Just- how would you say
You have
it if you were
You have to
editing
mirror
yourself?
it. You have to say it backwards if you're going to do anything.
There's good
Yeah, it'd be
ish.
like tis.
Tish.
Because the issue is you've got to pronounce a H in the middle, which is almost silent.
Tish.
I'm not even. No, because it's not tish, because that would be the H at the end.
Tish.
Yeah, it's weird.
I can't. I sound like a snake. There.
Yeah,
I don't
or you're
know.
having a seizure. It was like, like tis.
Well, my
tis.
camera did earlier, so I don't know. There's still time. Market Reality, thank you for the 5. They need DEI for the organizations like BLM, etc., so they can launder money. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or the CEO of
different
BLM
arms.
can buy more houses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
wasn't it
got like
4
3
mansions?
mansions. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, something like that. One of them burned down though, so sad.
Oh.
Wow,
kidding.
I pity her so much
Yes, sir.
because she stole money for a cause that was supposed to help people, but she helped herself. Oh, what?
When you have to dry your eyes on your other 3 mansions.
I know.
tough
How
life.
will she go on? Ken, thank you for the Canadian 5. Wicked and X-Ray looking especially lovely tonight. This
Thank
brew
you.
his handsome self.
I put a lot of efforts into my appearance.
Of this face, he's like, thanks for noticing, Ken. Face. Thanks, Ken. Mountain Mutt for $4.99. This $5 payment is to move Wicked back to her normal spot. This one has screwed with
Oh,
my.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
That was
Like
actually
Ant
me because
and
I don't know
Dex
how to do
switching
stuff.
around.
I didn't do that on purpose. It just you
I
had
did
kicked
it.
yourself out.
Yeah, I
This
kicked
screen.
myself out. It's okay. He's like, I can't handle this. This is not normal. Please
Been
fix it.
annoying me for the last 30 minutes.
Sorry. Mark of Reality for 2. I was on Slayer Nation today. I feel special. Nice,
Ooh.
Mark.
That's cool.
Hope you had a good
Heck
time.
yeah.
Andrew, thank you for the £2. Wicked. If you like musicals, watch Emilia Pérez. What?
Don't do it.
I'm
It's
not.
been
I wouldn't say
nominated
I
for
like.
some of the most Oscars ever, like more than Wicked.
13.
Yeah, it must be
No,
good.
I
it
get
must
all
be
the
really good.
Oscars.
I think you should live stream your reaction to watching Emilia
Yeah.
Perez.
Okay. What are you guys doing to me?
I
If
didn't
it's
do
bad-
anything.
I think-
Andrew's the one that suggested it.
Yeah, you liked Wicked, didn't you?
I didn't watch it. I mean, I liked the play.
Oh.
I didn't watch the movie yet.
No, I mean, if you like the play, I've heard that if you like the Wicked play, then you'll really like the movie. So
I don't know about that.
I'll get
Don't,
there.
don't,
I just
lie to
don't,
her, Disparu.
I don't feel like paying for
Steph
it.
liked the musical. She really liked the movie.
probably
Gary
like
said
it.
it's really.
Well,
It's a
Wicked
really
is
good-
great, but Emilia Perez, it's great in another way.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it's got 13 Oscars, which is more than 10 Oscars, so it must be a better movie.
Thank you for the number, Hassan. 13's more than 10.
Yeah.
No?
I didn't know
Okay.
that. The more you know,
What?
Chaz.
What I said.
You said what he said. Mountain Mutt for
I literally
$1.99.
said it's
Oh,
got 13 Oscars,
Equilibrium.
which is more than 10 Oscars.
He wrote equipped. He meant equilibrium. Is your equilibrium intact now, Mountain Mutt? We fixed it. You didn't have
So-
to super chat this, but thank you for damn you autocorrect.
The more
Thank
Oscars
you
a
for the
movie
super
has,
chat.
the better the movie. So you definitely need to watch. If you like Wicked,
I'll watch Wicked
3
at
Oscars.
some
Imagine
point.
3 Oscars better. It's astronomical.
I don't know, man. Jess, it's not to believe you.
Jess, have you seen it?
This Peruvian cheeky, never.
No.
No.
I'm just stating facts. Surely more Oscars means it's a better movie.
Of course.
It should.
I mean, these are the
Theoretically.
connoisseurs, the best, the peak of film creating geniuses. I trust them.
Have you watched it then, Disparu?
No, I don't like musicals.
Well, how dare you?
Like, unironically,
not
it could be the best
watching.
musical in the world. I still wouldn't like it.
I mean, it has more Oscar nominations than some of the most prestigious movies that have occurred in the
yeah,
past.
but it's still a musical. It's like it could be the best chick flick in the world, but
This Peru likes chick flicks.
I do actually like 2 of them. Serendipity and Sliding Doors.
I've never seen Sliding Doors. I think we talked
Sliding
about that on
Doors is
stream
really
before.
good.
Both
Well,
I haven't
Sliding
watched.
Doors plays into what I like, where it's essentially 2 timelines of the same parallel time.
Should we
So I
play
always like
musical
anything that
chairs?
plays with time loops.
Should we play musical panels?
I
How
think we
much
should
of a
do
super chat?
$10 like we did with the mute.
Chat will have a seizure if we start swapping channel like paddles around. It's like,
But
no,
you must tell
everything is
where
wrong.
we're moving who and what in the super chat. Otherwise, we won't know. Just say Wicked
go
with
ahead.
X.
Yeah, there we go. Magnum Norris, thank you for the 5. Name the best lumberjacks. Are they women or men?
I don't know. I don't hang out with lumberjacks. What do they
I-
do?
The only lumberjack I see daily is the one on the brawny container, you know, the paper towels, and he looks like pretty jacked, so I'm gonna have to go with men.
I mean, I am an equal opportunities kind of person.
I don't know if
think
they even
the wo-
have either of them have brawny in their country.
I will never ever kind of put down the fact that women are very good at handling wood. But apart from that, the best lumberjacks are probably men.
Well,
Okay. But if it's like Emilia Perez, a man can do it better, is what I'm hearing.
Although the best people at handling wood are probably men as well.
Yeah.
You'd think so. Because they're in like easy mode.
I mean, they
What?
know what they like.
I've been banned. Chat said I couldn't bring it up.
since when do you listen to what chat
It's a
says?
coupling joke.
Oh, okay. He's like, I tried not to say it. He made
Yeah.
it. He made it 29 minutes and 59
Like, look,
seconds.
You practice on your own, and then at a certain point, when you're confident enough, you have a bash on somebody else's.
You just made X-Ray's camera start shaking.
Like, it must be a piece of piss. Whereas for us, it's more like flying a fighter jet. You get in there's loads of buttons, switches, and levers, and you've just got to fly that baby the first time you see it.
I know how to handle a lever, and I know how to push buttons.
Women are great at pushing buttons. We really are. We're professionals. Andrew Thomas for 5. Thank you, Andrew. Happy Singles Awareness Month, Wicked and Disparu. X-Ray is also invited to the party, but she has a +1. X-Ray has like a
Ooh.
+3, I think.
I've had,
Maybe
I have a lot of
4.
pluses in my life, so.
Yeah. 16-bit mascot. Thank you for the 5. Hey guys, what a great, gorgeous panel here. And also, there's Disparu too. Cheers.
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 Spelled cheers wrong.
He's like, he's gonna dock you 1 point for that.
No, it's not. It's got an S. I'm not having any of this Zoomer speak.
Okay, let's do one more and then we'll get on to the first topic. Magnum Norris, thank you for another super chat. You've been very generous tonight. Thank you for the 5. The French are the worst, but they did give us money to defeat Disparu and his minions.
True.
Are we the minion? Who's his minions? Me and X-Ray?
Squirrels. I would like to point out that the
Oh.
squirrels are still in America, and so it's not over yet.
Don't you have squirrels in the UK too? In
Yes.
in
Where'd
Europe?
you
They're
think we train them?
everywhere.
This is
Where-
where we
where
train them,
are
and
there
then
no
we
squirrels?
distribute them around the world. I tell you, it's all part of a great master plan. And then when it happens, when the squirrels,
Are you their
come.
overlord?
no,
He's just
I-
like- he's like Ace
one day
Ventura.
maybe.
He's
I
like
hope
Ace
to-
Ventura when he's like, "Come to me, my animal friends," and there's all these.
I will climb like the branches of the tree until one day I am like at the head of the oak.
That reminded me of something. Gosh darn it! I saved too many things. I should have pulled this up before we started, but I saved it. I wish Disparu was on Instagram because then I could just make a saucy chat over there and put it over there. But alas, he does not have one.
Oh.
I found
Maybe
another
one day.
cool.
That's because I have
squirrel.
dangly bits.
I'm happy for you.
It's what Instagram is.
They're dangly bits. Instagram is dangly bits.
Instagram just replaced it. What was the other one? Pinterest? And that had
Pinterest?
like 97% female audience because they published the stats once. It was astronomical. It was just women posting things they wanted to buy. Basically, it was all of Pinterest.
Oh wait, this one was for X-ray. Hold on, let me make sure.
We don't know what.
What is that all about? I'm so curious now.
Oh, you're gonna see all my. It's all like food, funny videos. It's on my saved thing. You're gonna see
I
it.
prove my point. This is why I'm not
Oh,
on
and-
Instagram. Just food.
What the heck is that?
Is that a swing?
Oh my god.
My favorite one is there's
I expected that to
Lord.
get X-ray way more. She's all full and comfy right now, so she didn't get her.
I think I'm ready for my nap.
My favorite one is there was like a landscape, and she's like, "Watch the car, and the car
Oh,
goes
that one's
along.
old.
And he's going in, and then he goes behind a tree, and then this thing comes out, and it's on like a projector, so it's his entire wall. The face comes up to the screen. The guy craps himself, runs straight into the wall that's next to him, and falls on the floor. Then knocks himself out in fear.
All right, last one. This one's for Disparu. It's not scary. You might have seen this one, but a groundhog named Chuck has been stealing a farmer's crop
Oh,
from
I've seen
Delaware
this,
for
yeah.
years.
This
He
is
just-
amazing. He
He's
just
like, "Yeah,
stares
Jacob."
into the camera.
It's so cute. He knows. He's like
He knows.
goading him.
Can't stop me. Got this now.
Okay.
I like how he's named Chuck. We should rename it Disparu. I'm just saying.
I can't
Yeah.
be every animal.
Or
Like our
can you?
squirrels.
You can transition to any animal you want. I've been
There's
told
some
by
you don't wanna
America
be
you
that,
can.
like,
Oh
no-
wait, never mind.
No
I
one
know.
wants to be a crocodile. Right?
Why not?
Th-
What do you got
there's-
against him?
They literally get frozen in the
Are you a
water
cro-
and have to freeze themselves with their nose sticking out
Are-
of the water and then hope nothing happens to them.
Are you a
That is
crocus?
stupid.
Discrew?
Crocus.
Are you a crocus?
What a crock of
Yes.
crap.
My favorite is every time drunk 3PO's like, no, you can just walk over them, they're fine. I see another
Listen.
video of like one attacking a person and I'm defend them off with a saucepan.
There's a difference between alligators and crocodiles. Crocodiles are way more fierce. Like I'm not gonna go. I'm not
The
gonna.
guy literally smacked him in the face with a saucepan.
That was a crocodile. Okay, well, Florida has alligators usually, and maybe there's some crocodiles. I don't know. I'm not messing with any of them.
Yeah,
But
I've seen a woman step over him and it went for her.
yeah,
I
well,
don't know.
Otherwise,
I
Jump
just don't
3PO is
deal with
alive.
anything dangerous.
I stay strapped. So if one wants to come up to me,
Yeah, but you will lose a leg first before you realize what's happening.
he's gonna lose an eye.
Afterwards. I'm not sure that's a fair trade.
No,
I mean, yes,
He's like, I'm
you
not
may
willing to
get-
go for that.
You may get like a nice crocodile skin boot out of it, but everybody prefers two.
I do think alligators might be bigger. I'm not sure. I just know that like crocodiles are like in Africa and stuff, and I've been told I think also Australia, and they're just like way more. Yeah, see, I'm pretty sure there aren't wild crocs. So the video might have just been wrong. If that was like a Florida video, it was an
What-
alligator.
Whatever it
But
is,
there's-
it's the
there's-
things in Florida. I don't know the difference between the
It's-
animals.
there's a lot
it
of
was
things
in
in
Florida,
Florida.
though, that I've seen the things.
I've seen what was that show again? Tiger King. There's a bunch of stuff there that probably shouldn't be in America.
She's like, I've watched Tiger King. Okay, I know what's over there. I know what's
That
out
is the
there.
truth. The gospel.
It amazes me. I don't know whether this is in like North America or Canada or whatever, but there'll be a guy sitting on like his back garden, and there's just a bear walks up the stairs next to him, and he's like, "All right, mate." The wife screaming in the background, and he's like, "I daren't move or I might die." I couldn't imagine a bear just walking along the street.
Nope.
I'd be scared
No,
to,
thank you.
to see like a kangaroo. I know everyone thinks that they're nice, but I'm like, that thing is gonna.
No,
No, if it
Back
punches you,
me.
you're dead.
That thing
They
is,
look
yeah.
like they look like deer that have gone to prison. Like they
Listen.
are.
Dude,
Massive.
that's gone to prison.
They are. Once you see it, you can't
That's one
unsee
way
it.
to
And it's,
explain
it's
it.
exactly.
Listen, one more. Sorry, guys, and then we'll be done. We're talking about. I have all the like. What animal do you want to see? I probably have it saved.
Dog. I don't know.
See, this is what do you mean? You want to talk about Florida people? Look, this is Australia. Okay.
It'll take
is
probably
that?
1 or 2
Oh my
more
God.
years for that to happen. But look
No
at this,
thanks.
guys. Look how precious he is. And he hasn't even landed a single kick yet.
But
That
he's
dude looks
trying to
ripped.
disembowel you.
Mwah!
Oh my god.
Oh,
He's
he
like,
stunned him.
bruh, did you just
That-
He was
He was-
baffled by that kiss.
Yeah, I've been humiliated.
He was like, that was too gay, bro. I'm out.
Yeah, you must be one of those Disney fans.
I've heard about you
Mhm.
from across the pond.
I know better than to stay here.
Speaking of Disney,
I don't have a lawyer.
this is our new Captain America. I think I'll start with this one. We have a couple little tidbits of him. So let's just play it. I'm not going to read it. Let's just listen to what
My
Anthony.
favorite bit is actually the start.
Okay.
Captain America Black.
I mean, does anything else
catch
need to be
that.
said?
America Black.
Hold on, we're just gonna redo that. I didn't catch that the first time because I think it was muted when I
Really?
originally played this.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I had to unmute. That's good. Okay, one more. Gotta hear Taspar.
Captain America Black. What kind of opportunities
like to
and
his
you
face,
wonder
and it's
what
just
type
nothing.
of
No response.
parents was that for you?
It was huge, but for many different reasons. I feel like it's just as important for Black kids to see a Black Captain America as white kids to see a Black Captain America. Growing up, one of my favorite superheroes was Green, so it wasn't about race. It wasn't about, anything. It was just about him being a good guy and trying to do the right thing. And I think imagery is important. My son is 15 years old and his world is so different than mine. When I went to school, my school was 99% Black. And now his school is like 50%, 40% white. So when he has a soccer game or an event, you have Latino kids, you have white kids, you have Asian kids all playing together. So I think it's very important for kids of all races to be able to watch something and have someone to look up to. No matter what they look like, you can see that package comes with a good human being as opposed to what they've been perceived as by everyone else.
Now,
Okay.
Anthony Mackie does this a lot. And firstly, the quote that everyone's been putting in text was edited, and it did remove the context of, as it's important for black kids to see a black Captain America as it is for white kids, is where they cut it. And that makes it seem like the second half contradicts the first half. So when you hear the full text, you're like, oh, that doesn't. And then he carries on. And you're like, oh, no, he does contradict himself. Because he's like, well, my kid gets to see me, a black Captain America, and that's important. Because in his school, he may not see that because there's all these other people. So it's important that he has me to represent him on a movie. Like,
But
what?
didn't he follow it up with context being like, it doesn't matter the race, but just that they're a good
yes.
person, though?
But he's also said previously, and it was about the same thing, he says it's important for black kids to see a black Captain America because that's somebody that represents them and they need somebody to represent them. And all these other people, they're not going to complain. Like, they're not going to say they need somebody to represent them. They're not going to say they won't watch a movie because I'm in it. And it's like, wait, so you don't think it's important that they have somebody to represent them? Only you and your in-group. That's what's important to be in the movie. And when he says you should be able to look up to anybody, he's actually saying, as long as it's me. What
really think he should shut up.
argues,
Yeah,
he argues for him to be in power. And once he's in power, he's like, I should represent everybody. When he's not in
'Cause I-
power, he's like, you should hire me.
I feel like he's trying to justify his role. And whether or not that's true, I don't know. That's up to him. But like, this is what's coming across to me. And then he still has his views of like, it shouldn't matter about race. And then having those two conflict, and he is just not coming across as genuine. And he's trying to please both sides by having these types of statements. And it's not that like it's coming across not as genuine.
What makes us
Having
so
that contradiction.
stupid, though, is like, okay, not only he was already a character in the MCU, he was a black superhero. Why does Captain America? Why does it not matter? Like, they have Black Panther, and then they had him as the Falcon. Like, why is it important that Captain America specifically should be black? Why? Like, it doesn't.
Because it's paid more.
He's paid more.
He's paid
But, like,
more,
I
yeah.
see why. Like, if you as the Falcon get told, we're going to make you Captain America, are you going to say no?
Yeah, that's
Would
fair.
you?
Well, you
I
should
wouldn't.
if you don't like America.
Hmm.
It is a key part of the role. Now, the reason why I think these pictures are funny, Pérez doesn't get, it's the Netflix, it's taking the piss out of the Netflix show about, we need to go to war and
Yeah, in case I
put
seen a
mail
couple.
in the right places. It's like-
I seen a couple of people in the chat say like, "Why is he doing paperwork?" It's AI. It was made by Grok.
Yeah. It is literally like, we're gonna save the world by sorting out these millions of mail and bring hope back to America.
Oh, what was this? Oh yeah. Here, we'll play this little
clip
one.
went
It's on-
around, yeah.
For me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term, America should be one of those representations. Like, it's about.
What does that even mean, though?
Well,
It
I think
sounds
the
like
way
he's saying this Captain America shouldn't represent America. Like, I don't even
Yes.
know what he means by that. That's the
lit-
dumbest thing
that
I've
is
ever
literally
heard.
what he means. And I think the way he goes, America. I think that basically says everything about his opinion of America, is the way he says
Yeah.
the word.
To make a new character that you want to be Captain Everyone. I don't know. Like, what the?
Now, in his apology, he did say, I'm a proud American. Like, yeah, but there's a difference between being a proud American. It was like, I am a person of this nation, compared to I am proud of my nation and its people and what they do. And so I think he was drawing that distinction there in his apology. I don't think he's ever apologized for this, because I think he believes it.
Does he say anything else here that's worth
Yeah, the next bit.
Yeah, you should listen to it.
A man who keeps his word, who has honor, dignity, and integrity. Someone who is trustworthy and dependable. It's kind of.
The rest of it is nonsense. But what you're
Pause.
basically saying is, I don't think that America, like, Captain America represents a lot of things. I don't think America should be one of them because he's honest. He's whatever he was. You know?
Has integrity.
Yeah,
Yeah, the honor and
loyalty, all that.
integrity.
Idiot.
It's like, oh, did you just equate America with not having honor and
Yes.
integrity? Like,
That's exactly
that
what.
is bad. You just slapped a whole country. The country that is the name of the actual superhero, which is wild to me. Now,
This is why it's an important distinction between being a proud American and being proud of America, because America includes its people, and so if all of those people voted for a person that you think is, and of course, like he's not called himself, but your side has literally been calling him a mid-century German and saying like the entire world's going to end if he gets into power, you're not going to be proud of the people that put him into power, are you? So I can even understand him not liking the American people, but then you shouldn't be Captain America. That's the main problem.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he said, let me be clear about this. I'm a proud American, and taking on the shield of a hero like Cap is the honor of a lifetime. I have the utmost respect for those who serve and have served our country. Cap has universal characteristics that people all over the world can relate to. Okay.
so there was no official apology. He was just trying to
No.
clarify, and that Captain America should represent the world.
Well,
Yeah.
it didn't. It's like I'm American, which everybody knows. I'm getting paid to be him. Fine, and I like the military. It's like, yeah, other countries can like think they're heroes too. So that's not what you said, though, is it? You said you didn't like America.
But not that he
Yeah.
didn't like America, that he just didn't think America stands for honor and integrity.
Yeah, exactly. So you would if America didn't stand for good things, you're saying you don't like it, unless you just like bad things. I guess that is a possibility.
Who knows for sure?
But
Maybe he does,
likes
maybe he
money.
doesn't.
He likes money. That's why he took the role. So
Yeah. And I don't think there's enough actors or actresses that turn down roles for the integrity of the role itself, or like their own personal whatever beliefs or what a role should be that they want to take.
There have been some. I
There's
think it
some.
was what's her
Emily
name?
Blunt.
I think no. I think it was either
Just
it
came
was
to my
either Amanda
mind, too.
Stenberg or Rachel Zegler. One of them. I can't remember which, but I think it was Amanda. Turned down a role because of colorism, and she said she wasn't dark enough to play the role. So
Okay. Good,
it,
good
it-
for
it
her,
was
I guess.
either Amanda or Rachel. So, but again, they only do it in one way.
but she's not
Yeah.
gonna whitewash for Snow White, just so everyone knows. She made that clear.
They have no problem going the other way. No, there was
Yeah.
the same. There was controversy about. I can't remember. It was an anime conversion. She wears like a nude suit in the movie, and I think she got harassed because you don't represent this person or whatever. So I think people learned that to avoid controversy because it might kill your career. But I think most of the ones that would have been turned down were probably turned down quietly. Than
Yeah.
making a big song and dance.
I was
about
thinking,
it.
was it Ghost in the Shell?
Yes.
That's what
yeah.
okay, yeah. Oh well. I'm gonna catch up on some super chats and then we'll talk about some more stuff. Ed Song, thank you for the 5. Disbrew, you should review Emilia Pérez.
Pérez.
It is one of the Pérez is one of the best films of 2024. It is a harrowingly journey about womanhood, dodging accountability. And you guys want me to watch this?
To be
Yeah,
fair,
they were
that
trying
was
to
quite a
trick you, to be
complimentary review of
honest.
it. It's far worse than you know. There is a
Just
clip.
the plot in it, it's like, ooh.
Maybe I'll
It's about
torture
surgery.
myself
Well, no. Why they needed the surgery, and then, anyways,
There's
I
like
think
there's a
you'd have to-
musical.
maybe this should be a segment where tonight where Wicked reads the synopsis of Emily Pérez, and then
Yes,
she can judge
Okay.
whether she wants to read it or not, or not read it, watch it or not.
but
All right,
I do
I'll
think
look it up.
obviously it's the best movie of the year. It's got 13 Oscars, and
and
I would never disagree with my corporate overlords.
if you really, really want to watch clips of it, we should watch the Nerdrotic video intro of it, and that will give you an idea of what you're getting yourself into. If
Okay.
you really want.
Oh, and it's Selena Gomez. She's wonderful.
And Zoe Saldana, which I like both of them,
Oh, she's amazing.
but like,
Amazing. So
well, you'll see.
Okay.
It's
I won't read it. I pulled it up, but I'm not going to read it yet.
4 remarkable women in Mexico, each pursuing their own happiness. What could be wrong with that? That sounds like it's an amazing story of like the sisterhood.
Ian, thank you for being a member for 3 months. You guys need to try out Insurgency Sandstorm Co-op.
You
Never
want them
heard
to
of
play?
it. Thanks,
You
Ian.
want them to play Insurgency?
What's
Never
that?
heard
I
of
don't
it.
know.
Insurgency is
Sounds like Disroom does not have faith in us.
In FPS there's a spectrum. There are arcadey games, then there are hyper realistic games. Insurgency is somewhere in the middle, leaning towards the realism part. So it's still a bit arcadey, but it's far more realistic. Which does mean you die in like 1 or 2 bullets. So unless you're used to FPS, you would just die.
So I know he read the synopsis. Do you want to watch the intro?
Should I read the synopsis? Should I read the synopsis?
He kind of read it, or we could read. You can read the whole synopsis.
I think
this, I see a small one that just says a Mexican lawyer is offered an unusual job to help a notorious cartel boss retire and transition into living as a woman, fulfilling a long-held desire.
I actually prefer Netflix's summary, where
What
it
is
says
that?
it tells the story of a high-powered lawyer who takes on an unexpected assignment. I'm like, well, that's one way of putting it.
An assignment.
Just unexpected out of nowhere, you know, that fulfills one of her lifelong desires. Oh,
Okay.
Well,
I think
so
you
full of
need to
hope.
watch this.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Yes, I must. I'm very interested.
This is the best clip.
Very nice to meet you. I'd like to know about sex change operations.
I see. Man to woman or woman to man.
Man to woman.
From penis to vagina. Is it for you?
Changing the soul, changes society. Changing society changes it all.
What?
Doctor.
What did she say? Can we
That's
listen to
my
that again?
mystery.
Should I put subtitles on? I'm gonna put.
Yeah. Yes, I don't know.
Because
What's
she
going
said
on.
it like so fast. It was like changing the soul of society changes the people that changes the soul of society.
Changing the soul changes society. Changing society changes it all.
What?
Doctor.
Oh, that's actually not
You better
Incorrect. She's essentially saying that if you change the people, you change society, which changes everything because the people can like basically control culture.
I can't stop looking at the Groucho eyebrows. It's bugging me.
It is true that
I
if you
know.
change the people, you change the culture, which changes the nation.
Absolutely.
trust my Mr. Mystery. If you had seen what he has shown to me.
De cuerpo que cabe yo, pero que vale la pena que son feliz que soy yo.
I want to know it all. What is the protocol, the techniques and the risks? How many operations? How much time do you need?
Mammoplasty.
Yes.
Shut up. Vaginoplasty.
Yes.
Shut up. Rhinoplasty.
Yes.
No. Laryngoplasty.
Yes.
Shut up. Vaginoplasty.
Yes.
Rhinoplasty.
Yes.
Laryngoplasty.
What is that?
Adam's apple reduction.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I think this is a nice little intro to his video, well enough for you to surmise what you can get yourself into. But if you want to watch the rest, go to
It looks like the
for that.
the comedy of the year.
The best thing is, I saw lots of Quarterblack's tweets when he was like, 10 hours, so I've got to start editing an Emilia Pérez video.
My God.
5 hours. I'm gonna have to edit this video, and then you see the intro, and I'm like, no, this was just his genuine feelings as he was going through it. I was
No.
like,
You don't understand. So when Gary told him, I was there when he told him what was the next video, and like, because Perry was off doing his thing or whatever he was doing. And so Garrett's like, oh, what's the next thing I'm going to work on? And Gary goes, you're not going to like it. And as soon as he said Emilia Pérez, Garrett goes,
Oh no, poor Garrett.
because he has to watch it, right? Like, so not
Oh,
only
yeah.
does he have to watch it, he has to
Did
find
you?
clips,
Yeah.
and then no,
You
'cause
all
that's-
did?
that-
Yeah, okay.
No, he does because he's editing it.
No, not me, please.
but when you
Well, we
edit
might
things
have
like
to.
that, you can't, like, there's a lot of things that people put on, and they think they're watching it, but they're actually, they're doing other things, they're losing attention, they're looking at the phone and stuff. when you watch something to talk about it or edit it, you actually have to watch it because you have to remember
Yeah.
where everything is so that you can find it easily later. So
Yep.
you are intensely focused on this thing. Just that's why it feels like 20 hours. There is no escape.
Poor Garrett. He probably was like crying in the shower at the end of it. Just
This is why in my reviews, they get progressively more angry. Because to everyone else, it's like a 30-minute video. I've been recording for 4 and 5 hours. I have lost my mind by the end of those reviews.
we know, Disparu. We know.
Except Willow, that was amazing.
And She-Hulk.
Yeah. Oh, Shield was gold. Anything
misses
which is
it.
bad plus comedy is gold. That's what I've learned.
He misses the big green booty.
Yeah. I know. I
The big
immediately
green
was like,
booty.
Asper says something else big in that series. But
I've
big
fallen
green bo-
behind.
What?
I've fallen behind on super chats. What did you say?
Oh,
X-ray, sorry,
I
I
thought you
cut
meant
out.
She-Hulk. Like I'm only on episode 3.
Oh,
wait for the
you
rest.
should rewatch it.
On my drive up to Orlando, I'm gonna start Alice in Borderlands. Okay. Got a couple
On the
hours.
drive? While you're
Yeah, it's good.
driving?
Well, I'm gonna be taking like a train. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Anyways, Spiderfinger for 10. Disparu, this might be the Englishman in me, but the French are always wrong. Me, there's an Englishman in you. Sounds painful. Need help getting him out? We can just grip and pull. Disparu, like,
What am I? No, I'm more confused than like it. I'm like, wait. I remember a guy who was trying to propose, like, he thought he was being really clever. The philosophical idea of, well, what if there's a mini person inside you that just mimics what you do all the time perfectly? And you're like, so you're saying he doesn't affect the real world, he doesn't actually in there and he doesn't affect anything? He's like, yeah. So he doesn't exist then. I've always remembered that.
he
since I was a
deep
teenager.
dives more into things than normal people. 10, thank you for gifting a membership.
Saucy.
Saucy.
Always the delay. Nathan, thank you for another Norwegian
Sound like you're about to
20.
go into shaken, not stirred. Saucy.
Fucking not stirred. I can't.
James Bond.
The stupid
Saucy.
Emilia Pérez song. I can't get. Oh, sorry, Nathan. Now it's.
From penis to vagina. It was like, wait.
They said that and they were being serious, which makes it even funnier. Like, I don't know. I might need to
Yes.
watch it just because I feel like it's going to get. I'm going to get some
Well,
giggles out of
like,
it for sure.
I love Zoe Saldana, but I
Me too.
cannot believe that she took a role like
I
don't even
cannot
know who
believe
Zoe
she let them
Saldana is.
glue like those eyebrows onto her. Like, what in the freaking heck, man?
Oh,
Those
she's
are
one of them,
Groucho.
yeah.
He's like, I didn't even
Yeah, they're-
notice the eyebrows
no
cover
idea
her
who she
face
is.
this
Very
way.
Gen Z
Oh,
of
she's the
her.
one from Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, I do
Yep.
know who she is.
Yeah.
Avatar. Like she's done the crazy huge roles.
Avatar's just CGI. I don't know who the actors are.
You know,
No, they do the mocap, don't they?
Star Trek. Was she the guy that was the woman that was with Kirk
Yes.
at the start?
But
Yeah, I
she
do
does a
remember.
lot of big roles, so it just shocks me that she was in this out of all
I
of
remember
them.
in Pirates of the
a
Caribbean.
role of hers that I actually really like that doesn't get talked about a lot was Colombiana. Have you guys seen that one?
No.
It was like it's kind of old now, but it was good. I think it's worth a watch if you. I know Disparu's not going to watch anything old, but X-Ray, he'll like it.
Oh, sorry. She was
Yeah,
with
I'm a
Spock,
young
not Kirk.
whippersnapper.
Whippersnapper. Okay, are you gonna get a cane and start yelling at us? Get
No,
off my lawn.
a young whippersnapper. It means a young child.
Oh,
I don't know whether it's whether
it is.
I don't know what
but
crosses the
usually
pond
old
and what
men
doesn't.
say it. Usually old men say it. That's
Yeah,
why.
but they say it to
Young
young people.
whippersnapper.
You young whippersnapper. They don't call themselves a whippersnapper.
Yes, Disparu. Cation Corey, thank you for the 5. Oh, will you read this one, Disparu? I'm pretty sure it's for you.
My
Who's
friend
looking
and
for?
I went to our local swimming pool. He asked me if this pool is safe for diving. I told him it depends. Oh God. Took me a
Corey.
second to get that one, and then it was horrific.
You see the moment when it registers.
Yeah, I was like, that is crap. And then I realised what it meant, and it got worse. I was
Hey.
JJ Gosling's on a member for 3 months. Thank you. Emilia Pérez makes Grease 2 look like a masterpiece. Listen, this is going to be an
A lot of
unpopular
movies look
opinion.
better.
I
than
don't
really
hate. I don't hate Grease 2. Cool writer is like a real good. I love that musical number with Michelle Pfeiffer. She kills it. Okay, I said what I said, and I'm not going to take it back. Ken Burrows, thank you for the Canadian too. Wicked virtue must be the bare shoulders. It's always the bare shoulders. I don't know what that was in reference
It's
to.
the bare necessities.
Yes. Justin Martin, thank you for the 5. How about a drinking game every time Disbrew mentions coupling? Basically, are you willing to die for Saucy Saturdays?
I've done it once. It's been once. One time.
So far. Now it's twice ish.
I haven't
Maybe.
He didn't
mentioned
say
it.
it.
He did.
He didn't say it, so it doesn't
Okay.
count yet.
If
We'll
somebody
see.
else brings it up, I don't think that classes as talking about it because I'm not the one that brought it up. I can't be held accountable for other people's actions. I'm not a woman.
Disbrew's not a woman. You heard it here. Before I forget, actually, hold on. We got a Peanut from Peanut the Alligator Hunter for
What's
5.
up, Peanut?
Thank you. X-Ray Girl has entered the wilds, and the Mighty Squirrel Emu Alliance is hunting her. We require a communications officer, and will rescue her from the tyranny of the Canadian moose servitude.
I'm in North Carolina right now. I'm safe.
She's safe, and then she'll be in Florida with me, and I'll be even more safe.
As the Scottish guy said, the Canadian, if that's the size of your moose, I wouldn't like to see the size of your cats.
Huh?
Oh, you said that like, and kind of like a New York accent. Hey, that's the size of your moose. Like,
Is that, no, if that's the size of your moose, I wouldn't like to see the size of your cats. I can't do a Scottish accent. Point is, the
Where's
moose sounds like
Ian?
mouse.
Where's Ian to correct you? He's good at Scottish.
I don't
because,
know.
He's
well,
probably unconscious down a dark alley somewhere. Like with a bottle of vodka in one hand in like a brown paper bag and a battered Mars bar in the other, just pissing
Ooh, I
himself.
love Mars bars.
It's a good Saturday night for any Scotsman.
I'll get this by the end of the stream, but I can't believe I had Turkish Delight. You said Mars, and it made me think of Nars because that's the name of the bar I had. And I ate it live on my second channel, and I'm like, this said that there was Turkish Delight in here, and I'm looking around, and it was like small. I'm like, oh my gosh, this was the Turkish Delight, and I actually
Yeah,
liked
Turkish
it.
Delight are only like because you wouldn't want
It was
a
like
load of it. It'd be very.
it was a pomegranate one with hazelnut inside.
I don't know how I feel about that.
You
I don't
people
know.
disgust me.
It was from It was Turkish. It was from Turkey, not America.
Can you bring some like British treats for us to try? And
You
I'll
can't-
bring food
Jay-
across.
Jay
They get
already
angry at
tried,
me.
Remember, Jay keeps asking him to bring him food, and he's like, I can't.
no, you just have to be a woman and be like, when they're like, oh, are you bringing anything? I brought like chocolate bars and like chips, and I think that's okay, right? And they always usually let me through.
They're like,
Yeah, I don't know where they
Cheesecake
kept
through the
it.
border.
I think I kept it in here. Do you really want me to take it
Yeah,
out?
look, I don't know where it is, but it's probably around here somewhere.
We can maybe we'll see because I know we're like strapped for time, but maybe we can go to like the international aisle at a grocery store, or I could pick some up and bring it with me.
Ooh, I want to try the Publix chicken wings. Lauren Chen told me that they're very, 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 very good.
They're good, but you've had buffalo chicken wings, so
That's true.
you've had the best.
And they don't even have wings. Imagine how
I was
rare they
waiting.
are.
But I will say, out of all the ones I've had, like Publix, I get the Publix one, and then I'll put it in the air fryer to crisp them up a little bit more, and then mix them in sauce. They're good, but they're not buffalo good. But they're still. Lauren Chen is right. For a Florida, it's probably top for me.
It just amazes me that you will go to a different nation to eat chicken.
You mean
Like-
state?
State?
It's the same nation.
Well, no, you come from Canada. So you've come all the
Oh,
way from
me?
Canada to America, and what you're going to eat is chicken.
No,
The
I'm
lowest
gonna eat a
of
lot
the
of
meat.
things.
recommended. I have a chicken wing
just
place I love to
chicken.
eat.
You might as well
No,
just
I'm
eat
not
the
coming
spices.
there for that. That's just a side quest. It's not the
just
main
a-
quest.
It's just a bonus.
Imagine if you were in an MMO and it's like, can you eat 5 of these chicken nuggets, please? You're like, oh, okay.
Oh hell yeah!
Of course.
Let me
Really?
down them now.
Fine,
No,
fine,
not
That's
fine,
the
please.
MMO with the largest female audience right there. So,
5 more, please.
If you,
you
if
don't
you
do
don't
raids,
chew,
you just decorate
you get
somebody's
bonus
house.
points.
Oh my goodness.
Want to kill a monster? No, I want to go shopping.
And I want chicken nuggets. Yeah,
I did go
exactly.
shopping today. Can I show you one thing I got?
Yes.
Which-
Hold on,
this
Magnum
is-
North. You're in the X-ray queue.
X-ray Q. This is for Melissa. I don't think she's watching this stream, but she's a huge fan of Nightmare Before Christmas, and this was
Is she
at
really?
Marshall's.
Aw.
Look at this.
Oh, she's gonna like those.
Jack Skellington, and then on the other one, is Sally.
That's cute.
And then at the top, you got a little Spiner. It's okay. Oh. Anyways, I got very girly there. I'm so sorry.
I think she went like ultrasonic there.
She did, but
Like,
we heard
only
her.
dogs
It
heard
didn't-
me.
Yeah, only dogs heard her. She was trying to call a snack.
Come here, my lovelies.
Tacos weren't enough.
Like, imitate the mating call of her prey.
Magnum Norse, thank you for another 5. Disparu is only a creek badger. After that, there's nothing to say.
I have no idea what one of those is. Does anybody
Sorry,
else?
I was taking a sip. I don't know what a creek badger is. We'll Google it. Hold on. Creek badger. Wait, why is it showing soap?
Is there a creek badger soap?
Let me do Google because
there are like
Let's
what is it,
see.
beavers that dam everything.
Oh, here we go. Hold on, I found it.
One day it'll
you're
pop up
so
on the screen.
cute. I like the
Well,
stripy eyes.
I know badgers. I just wondered if like creek badgers were something specific.
Yeah, they go in the creek.
They're only in the creek. If there's a lake, it's not
Well, I mean,
it's not a creek
that's
badger.
just
It's
a-
a
it's
lake
just-
badger.
It's just a swimming badger. I mean, we have badgers because badgers over here are extinct, so you can't do anything about them. If they make their home there, they have to stay. I was like, Jeremy Clarkson got in trouble
Really?
with that. Yeah, it was on
Oh.
Clarkson. He couldn't dig in an area because there was a badger den, and they had to make sure there was no badgers there.
Oh my
And
god.
he was like, oh well, they might make my cows and everything sick.
Oh,
So
and he had to
keep
just allow
testing them
it.
for TB. Yeah.
Wow. Marker Reality, thank you for the 5. Alligators burrow in the mud during the winter. Florida crocodiles all live south of Miami where they don't have to. Florida has both naturally. Well,
I
thank you,
have-
Mark. I didn't know that.
I have seen them though, frozen in a lake with their noses above, so they can still breathe.
I've seen the videos of it. It's kind of cool actually.
I've seen
You do
there was
wonder
a
how they have
video
evolved.
of
Like,
an
all the rest
alligator
died.
in the ocean, and they don't go in salt water. But it was like, and the way they got the picture, it was like probably an aerial shot, helicopter, whatever. It looked like Godzilla. I was like, oh, we're all done for. Like it really, because it looked so weird because you don't ever see alligators
Come
in
from
the
center of the
ocean.
earth.
Yeah, he's just living his best life. I'm like, okay. So
well, they're
don't-
like the closest thing to our prehistoric like dinosaurs, right?
they're dinosaurs.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
I think there's a few things like that. Like you've got Komodo dragons.
Oh yes. They're so
this-
fast too.
I
The
feel like
strangest
an
ones are
irrational
where you-
fear as a child of
And
those.
sharks.
Yeah, sharks in the pool.
I don't know whether you've ever looked into the whole dinosaurs could have like feathers or fur.
I have, yeah, like
Because it would decompose, so there would be nothing left. And you have lots of dinosaurs where like their arms are really small and weird shaped. Doesn't really make any sense. But if you shave or like pluck the feathers off a bird, they look exactly like that. So people are always like, birds are dinosaurs. It's like, well, maybe the dinosaurs are more like that as well.
there's
I mean,
a
I
few
see
here. We missed a couple alligator crocodile chat. Sorry, guys. Ken, thank you for the 2. Crocs have a wider snout.
Look, if an alligator or a crocodile is coming to
I'm
eat
running
my
either
face,
way.
I'm not getting a tape measure to measure it the size of its snout and go, oh, you're one of the dangerous ones.
They're both dangerous, to be fair.
I'm
just
hitting it
think
in the
Crocs
face with a
are weird.
saucepan. It works. I've seen it.
With a saucepan. He's like, he's gonna be in Florida with a sauce, with a pan just in his pocket at all times. That's his cosplay for MegaCon, guys. Florida man.
Actually, I can't
Just a
remember what
Florida
it is.
man. I
Yeah,
love it.
It was like one of the Hunger Games games. Oh, can't remember.
I'm sure someone could let you borrow like a button-up Hawaiian shirt. Everyone here has probably got one. I actually probably have one. You could borrow it. It might be snug, but it's okay. Florida man.
You don't have to care when it comes to that.
No. Duppy, thank you for the 5. The difference between alligators and crocodiles is one will see you later and the other will see you in a while.
Yeah.
Duppy.
Hey,
After
about
I
8
love
hours.
that.
Do you get the joke, Disparu?
Well, I took it at the joke as being one will eat me, digest me, and then he'll see me again later.
Aw.
It's
You know,
see you
okay.
later. It's see you later, alligator. After a while,
In a
crocodile.
while, crocodile.
Or in
Oh,
a while,
no.
yeah.
It's
something
I
like
actually
that.
Really?
prefer
People
my
say-
joke that it was only it
He's
will
like,
see
no,
you,
yours-
and then he'll see you again after digestion.
He's so like.
I'm
He's so
sorry that
serious.
Disparu ruined
Why
your
so
joke,
serious?
Duppy.
I think I improved this joke. I think my reading of his joke made it funnier.
Nah, you ruined it.
That
Now
was
we're gonna
better.
end the stream.
Also, PUBG has a saucepan as a weapon, and it's the most indestructible thing in the game. Like, it'll deflect bullets and stuff. Everyone should have a saucepan.
Oh yeah, Hokies, do it.
No, it's true.
Just kidding. I'm kidding. I've seen Steve
all
Irwin
their
do
muscles, all their
Oh,
muscles
no.
are focused on squashing, and so they have
Mhm.
barely any muscles to open it, and so even one elastic band can keep it shut.
it. Wow. Okay. AP, thank you for the 10. Don't harm an American croc. Freshwater crocs are in the Everglades and they are endangered and protected. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
not
the
going to the
Everglades are
Everglades.
so
honest.
fun. I want to go back.
I don't think I want to go to the Everglades
I'd
Why?
rather go to like the occasional glade.
because of all the crocs. Maybe
Like-
I'll go at some point. I know it's beautiful.
It's very beautiful.
I have
I
never
did the tour on the whatever the boats with the fans.
Oh, okay. Did you have a
And it
hat?
was-
Like one of the
No.
Hovercraft?
No. We gotta get you one.
No,
You need
what
a
are they
Florida hat.
called? Wicked, the big boats with the fans that
I call them the big boats with the vans. I don't know.
really?
Someone
Okay.
in the chat, I'm a horrible
Yeah,
Floridian.
I just
I'm
assumed you had
still no.
hovercraft because I can't think of any other boats with a fan on it.
No. It's just like huge fan because they can't
Here, I'll
put the
show-
propellers
I'll
in the
find one.
water.
Unless you mean like a cheerleader, and there's just like this really
oh my
loves
God.
boats.
Just really enthusiastic about
Yeah.
boats. Airboats. Oh, thanks. Someone said it in the chat too. They're airboats. Here, I'll show you.
A
Just
plane?
Sorry.
I mean, here. This is what they look like.
Oh no, I have seen those.
yeah,
Yeah,
because they can't have propellers in the water. It'll disturb them
yeah.
or kill them. Because when I went, I kid you not, I think I had like a total of 7 crocs that were near you in the water, and I'm like freaking out because I thought that they would bite me, but we didn't get killed. Thank goodness.
I'm
Could
glad.
have brought a saucepan.
Yeah, make sure you got to have a frying
No
pan.
one's ever afraid holding a saucepan.
I'm gonna bring a frying pan for Disprue to have at MegaCon. I don't know if you wanna bring it. I got
It'll be
you.
your welcoming gift. Welcome to Florida.
It's just what like the police report just goes, there was a guy walking around with a saucepan. I found him really threatening. I was like, that's the worst weapon you can carry.
It's
Andrew
it's the best
Matthews.
British weapon.
We did
Yeah,
play the
for
song.
now.
That's the song he's talking about.
They'll be
The,
like,
the
you
man
need to
to
take the
woman.
handle off.
Sorry, they're still talking about boots or boots.
Sorry.
Boats. Boots.
Boats.
Saucepans.
Boots and cats and boots and cats.
Saucepans. Saucepans. We did
I'm
play the
walking
song.
here. I said it in that accent.
I did. You're welcome. We did it early, Andrew. Thank you for the 2. Magnum Norris, thank you for the 10. Not a single thing you can say makes the UK better than the US. UK needs to take their country back. Disprue, do you enjoy getting invaded by psychopaths from Afghanistan? Well, I'm sure he does not enjoy that.
I'm not sure what Fed posting is about to help anyone, to be honest. There's always been an interesting thing in America where they're like, well, why do you have these things? It's like, well, because if the government wants to take them from me, like, what? They'd turn up on your door and you would give it to them. Now take it to its logical conclusion. There's lots of really trying to sound big, and the simple fact is, unless you want to spend your entire life in prison, then it's probably more a reasonable response to, if you don't like where you're living, don't live there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, X-Wing? Sorry.
I was gonna say it's like put your money where your mouth is, and so
Look,
if that's a
I've
statement
always
in and
I've
of
always
itself.
gone off. It's essentially the Serenity Prayer. No, the actual prayer. I just think it's like good advice. Is essentially, give me the courage to change what I can. The bravery or whatever. I wish I had it in front of me. To accept what I can't, and the wisdom to know the difference. And the simple fact is, you're one person in a nation of millions. You're not going to change your country, and so you should accept what it is. You don't have the power to change it. I actually think that telling people they do is kind of cope, is to make you keep going for the next 4 years so that you can have an arbitrary decision and then just put up with it again for another 4 years. I think it's far better to be in control of your own life, actually change what you can, and that's your life. And so, I don't know. I think moving is the logical solution.
We're gonna
look
move
what people
Disprue
did in
out.
California.
Yeah.
Look,
This
yeah,
was gonna find somewhere really cool to live
like, it's
with an endless supply of milk.
I can't remember
Sorry.
who said it, but there was someone, might have been Razorfist, who was like, no, America was built on the idea that all these states are different, so that if you don't like one, you can move to one you like. I think that's a sensible solution.
Well, that's why people don't travel because, at least in the States, as much as other countries, like in the States, you could go to a different state and it feels like a totally different country. Right? Like if you think of even like New York to Las Vegas, you got different climate, feel, the air, like the air around you, even like.
I entirely understand the attitude from Americans that, I can go to somewhere that's entirely different. And it is correct. But the more you travel the world and go to different nations, the more you realize that no, Americans, they have a lot in common. They are very different from the States, but then they have way more in common than they do with a foreign nation. It's why it's always laughable when you hear, like, you don't have a culture. It's like, well, everybody else can see it. Just you're living in it, so you don't realize what it is. Like,
Well,
Very
and
true.
fish
that's the
can't understand the
difference.
water.
Yeah.
I think even the idea of traveling to a place that doesn't have the benefits of being in America, like water, shelter, electricity, those are some things that people just don't even have. Like toilets.
I don't even mean that. I mean, that's a wealth thing more than a culture thing.
But that's just
Well,
the,
like
the
third world
idea that like, they
countries.
have it real good, because when you see things like that, you're not going to complain as much about like, oh my God, I as a woman don't have rights. And then like looking at
Yes.
like this person who doesn't even have a working toilet, and it's winter in Vietnam and they don't even have proper shoes on.
Yeah.
It's just like little
It's
things
true.
like that. I don't know.
Yep.
I have nothing to
Agreed.
complain about being a woman in Canada. I got boots, I got a winter coat, I can vote, I guess, if you want to call that a right. I have food.
It is. Yeah.
Shelter,
And that's why it's
heat.
crazy in like other countries looking at Americans, like the lefties that are crying and just being absolute retards, saying they have no rights because they're gay or they're this or they're women, that. And there's actually people that die because of that. Like if you're gay in another country, you'll get killed. And women who can't even go out without permission, like can't walk out of the house in other countries. It's like, you look so stupid. You're not, you're not having a hard life over here. Let's
And
put it
you're
over
not that
there.
special, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me tell you
that
that.
too. Yes.
But the interesting thing, though, is if you go to those countries, you won't find the people unhappy with the situation. This is one of the things with and Anthony Mackie about, I don't think it should happen in America. Actually really quite unusual to not be patriotic for your nation. To actively despise your nation and the people in it is weird. Most people like their own culture because they were genetically bred for that culture. It's the people are the culture. And so if you do really well in a culture, you're more likely to pass on your genes. So over time, that culture is bred into the genetics of the people. They act that way because they are it's in their DNA to act that way. And so the people over the other people look at it and the judge is like, well, you don't do this. It's like, yeah, but if you ask them, they like it that way. I do think it's weird to be like, you have this rule, that means I'm better off. It's like, well, they have a habit of when you go over there and like invade them and free them and then leave, they just go back to how they were before. It was like that's the default for the country. I don't know. I am more than happy for everyone just to have their. I think it's nice that people have their own culture in their own countries and they're all different.
Yeah. There's like,
and that way you can pick what suits you.
Yeah.
I think that's
there's like the saying where there's people in the world that are happy with way less than what you have. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, minimalists, the absolute lunatics. Like they you walk into the house and it's like, I've got 3 things and a pot to piss in. This is the nicest my house has ever looked.
Oh my God.
Nutter.
I remember visiting one of my relatives, and we saw a range of different wealth in our relatives, and this one house had like 10 people living in it and 2 beds.
So 5 in each bed?
Right? Uh-huh.
just gotta sleep like
They,
this.
they were
I'm
probably
like, how do
very
they
happy.
make children? Is my question. I don't want to know, but like,
How do they keep multiplying?
I know, right?
Making children's probably the easy bit. Knowing whose they are would be the problematic part.
Oh my god, that's
It's like, look, we're gonna
It's
wait
like,
for
what?
to have a test. Anyway,
Someone had to
they
say
have like a raffle. They put odds. Steve 4-1. We know his don't work.
Wow, 38 seconds is all it takes.
Yeah. Well, they'd have higher odds because they can. There's 10 of them, right? They can get around all 10. They,
Oh
they
my
can do it in
gosh.
like an ad break.
Oh my god. Yeah. People don't know
Downton
what they're...
Abbey ad break. Fine, that'll do.
Okay, let me get a couple of super chats and then we'll go on to the AC Shadows stuff. Magnum Norris, thank you for the 5. The autotune is strong with these DEI hires. Yeah,
Yeah.
it sure was. That was I might have to watch it because I think I'm just gonna get a good laugh out of it.
It's like
I
a
don't know
good
about that.
cultural moment.
It depends on how you look at it, Disparu.
It does. Depends how drunk you are. It's basically the.
I think that the fact that this movie has bombed at the Office and still had this many nominations is just so atrocious.
It shows you that it has nothing to do with what people actually like and watch. It's what is it, the
It's
Academy?
just,
Whatever, the people
Hollywood
that
patting themselves on the back for being so brave.
are Yes, exactly. Teddy Bear 79 Merc L.
Teddy bear, yeah, 79.
There we go.
mark.
Thank you for becoming a member. And sorry it took me 3
He's
seconds
using
to
leet
pronounce your name.
speak.
Yeah. Thank you. Welcome to the Potato Squad. MTV Steve's been a member for 15 months. Oh, hey, another month. Yay. Thank you so much, Steve. I got to update those emotes. We'll add some more saucy ones. I think I have a couple more slots. So, Saw, thank you for the 5. Hi to the beautiful Wicked and X-Ray Girl. Could you
What's
please
that?
rate Zia tonight? It's her birthday stream tonight.
Hmm.
It's Zia's birthday tonight?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's today actually.
Today? Oh, I got to say happy birthday.
Well, yeah,
TJ?
I do find birthdays tend to last the entire day. That's what normally.
Typically, you know.
TJ, thank you for the $4.99. Gotta watch the unrated director's cut of Columbiana. It's basically the proper R-rated version. That's so much better than the PG-13 version. Good movie. I'm pretty sure I watched the R-rated version because there's no way that the version I watched was PG-13. It's a very good movie though. X-Ray, watch it. I would tell Disparu too, but he doesn't tend to really care to watch older movies. But X-Ray, you'll like it. Disparu, you might like it too. Columbiana,
try.
yeah, it's with Zoe Saldana. It's very good.
I am older than you, and you're like, oh my god, these movies. He thinks they're so old.
Well, no, just because if you hadn't watched it when it was new, is all I mean. Like, you're probably not gonna go back unless it's like something that's super old. This is like
I just
early 2000. Like, probably.
if I was gonna watch
let me
movies,
see. Hold on.
I'd stop being a movie person quite a while. I watch them like for YouTube and stuff, but there was a long time where I stopped just because the quality
It
of
came out in
movies went down for me.
2011.
It's like 2010.
It's on Netflix. Oh gosh, it's starting to play now.
I
Actually, hit play.
more into TV series just because I think you
Oh.
can actually tell better characterization. I prefer movies where they just skip the characterization and get down to something interesting rather than waffling on forever. Whereas TV, you can spread out the characterization over more episodes, so it's not cramming it all into massive amounts of boredom.
Yeah. Well, it's good. Check it out. Maybe you and Kara can watch it before you leave. Jason Webster, thank you for the Australian 5. Hi to the beautifully bone homus.
I have no idea. I think he opens a
You always
dictionary at
get-
the start of every stream.
Bonhomus. Bonhomus.
Banana.
Bonhomus. Bonhomus.
Banana.
It is
Banana.
Friendly and cheerful.
Perspicacious.
And the master of rapier wit, Disparu. Enjoying another saucy Saturday. Thank you, Jason. Disparu learns a new word every week.
Yeah, but I
mean, we
forget
all
them.
do.
I
but-
still can't remember Rachel Zegler's one. That was.
I
I was like, I need to
Someone
remember
says it every
this.
time. The chat is smarter than us, I think, because they always
Probably.
remember.
My
Probably.
memory's awful.
Yes. Magnum Norris, thank you for the 5. Disparu went to the Emilia Pérez premiere. He then was violated in a pool next to Leslie Head.
It's true.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It,
gee.
it was a horrible experience. She made me watch The Acolyte in the swimming pool. I was like, look, I can't do this. Like, no, we must. I think everywhere she goes, she shows people the acolyte in the hopes of getting another job.
Like she just has it on her phone. Like, look.
Yeah, she's like, look at the
It's
quality
actually
of
just
this.
her screensaver.
She's like hoping that one day she'll find somebody that likes it. It's like her quest. Like Frodo had to go and destroy the ring, and she is now cursed with having to travel the world trying to find somebody who likes the acolyte. One
True.
day.
Maybe.
It'll be like 1,000 years later.
Well, no,
she's just like
people
crawling
do-
through the desert.
No. People do like it, but I don't think they've actually watched the show.
Yeah, the ones that like it didn't watch it. They just wanted to defend something, yell about something.
Yeah. I mean, at least I watched Willow when I lie about it.
Magnum Norris, thank you for the 5. X-Ray, welcome to North Carolina. You need to get some Bojangles if you haven't yet. The other good stuff is
No.
barbecue is Raleigh.
So I had barbecue yesterday. There was smoked chicken wings, brisket, pulled pork, and ribs, and it was so
Who is
Sounds so
naming
good.
good.
your fast food? Like
Oh, and burnt
Bojangles.
ends.
Bojangles just sounds like slang for your dangly bits. It's like, oh yeah,
everything is
I
about
was
the
eating these
dangly bits,
Bojangles the other
Disparu.
night.
Get
You
your
literally have a place
butter.
called Five Guys. I've seen Tim the Tatman go, look, if you don't like Five Guys in your mouth, I can't trust your judgment. That
I
should
do like
never
Five-
be a
never mind.
sentence that is said about takeaway food.
Anyways, biscuits
I've never
and
had
gravy is good,
Bojangles. Yes, but
I haven't
Are you
either.
a
but
Five
yeah.
Guys?
good.
Can you recommend me what to buy at Bojangles? Because I don't know what's good.
I think it's a chicken place.
I don't know, tenders. Do I get the proper like stuff with the bones in them, or do I get nuggets,
Stuff
or
with
do
the
I get?
bones. We'll see. We'll see. Please hold.
Boneless wings are nuggets.
They're crunchy nuggets. Yes.
This the cheddar
Ken,
bow biscuit. Thank you, doggo.
cheddar bow biscuit is their signature item. Well, that sounds good.
That does. sound
Mando
good.
says the nuggets are good. There you go.
Okay,
Nuggets
thank
and
you,
cheddar
Mando.
biscuit. 10 Burrows, a Canadian 5. Actually, gators and crocs won't chase you for long. They get tired. They get cramps. Okay.
Yeah, but aren't
Can't
they
even
like
do it.
surprise predators? So they rely on people like Drunk 3PO going, it'll be fine, he won't eat you, and then they just dive at you. So you could have the reactions to dodge him. Then you're like, well, I imagine they could travel quite fast for a short distance, even though they don't chase for long, or like burst predators. But you've got to run faster than them, and it's like, I'm not an Olympic sprinter, I make YouTube videos. My idea of exercise is lifting up my mouse. I am not a great sprinter either.
This Bruce being honest. He's like, I can click real fast, but run.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
It's like me weightlifting is adding weights on the bottom of my mouse. It's like, what? It's going to be a heavy one today.
If you ever see Disparu running, run too.
Yeah.
Something bad's happening.
If it's a really heavy workout period, I'll lift the bottle of whiskey.
Oh my gosh. Jason, thank you for the Australian 5. If the La Vaginoplastia song was performed at the ceremony, it would perfectly encapsulate the 97th Academy Award since the nominations were read out.
I think it should win. I think the song should be at the Oscars. And as we said at F&T, I want to see them all clap for it. I think that is the best timeline. Subject people to their own values. No one else. Just the people that believe it should have to live by their own rules. That's what I want to see. Everyone else can live in their own like parallel bit.
I think Caitlyn Jenner should win Best Actress.
The bravest
She
actress
won
of them
Woman
all.
the Year. So
Yeah.
why not?
I want to see all the best actresses be like that. All of the entire slate.
All of them be men?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll bring back the
Disparu,
patriarchy one
you
off
might as well
the
be
category
Best
at the time.
Actress too.
Disparu wins Best Girl on Saucy.
Why not? I mean, look, I've been saying I can act.
Should we
I've been
make that a
saying I like
poll?
Willow for years, so
Yeah,
you know
I'll make
it
a
works.
poll.
Yeah, we make
Hold
that a
on.
poll. I want to see who wins. I know who I'm voting for.
I know who's got my vote. Okay. Who's
To be fair, you voted for Justin Trudeau, so you know.
With the
who's
first time.
best saucy girly?
I know who's gonna choose who. It's fine, guys. It's okay. Excuse me.
Just think,
That was a
chat.
really
I
many
have never like showed too much. I go, oh, that's too much.
Actually, I'm not even showing that much cleavage today, so I'm definitely gonna lose.
Disparu's showing way too much. You gotta chill
Yes.
out.
I know
always.
this is absolutely inappropriate, Disbro. You are a whore.
You're gonna get a talking
I'm-
to at the end of this stream. I'm calling HR.
I am using the traditional tactic of when you hide your curves, it makes them want them more. That's the aim. You show a shapely bit of ankle, but apart from that,
Oh, show more ankle, Disparu.
I love that there are
Stop
like
teasing us.
stories where it literally goes like, and then you'll never guess this. She did flash an ankle. It's like, whoa, slow down that boy.
There's a show I watched that my mom got me into. It actually, this was shush before let me finish because you're gonna say something. It was a UK show originally called Ghosts, and there's an American version. We watched the American version, and one of the ghosts in it died like in the 1800s when showing whatever year it was that showing your ankle was considered slutty. Actually, you're right though. And so the other ghosts are walking through, right, and they see like a picture, because she lived in the house. I'm not gonna get into it, but it was covered up, and they're like, "Look what I found," and she's like, I was a harlot, and it shows her ankle. She's completely covered. It's just like she let a guy paint her, and her ankle was showing. And then they like flashes back to her mom finding it and being like, "What is this?" Yeah, she's like, "You floozy." And she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." It's so funny. It's actually a pretty funny show. It's a silly comedy. It's on Paramount Plus if anyone's interested. My mom got me into it. Anyways, Magnum Norse, thank you for the 5. Crocodiles are not attracted to men without limbs, actually. Mark safe. Apparently, that's what I'm getting from that.
They would definitely be attracted, because they'd be like easy prey. Like, that's the best thing about predators. Predators are literally the. We've all seen there's just a herd of things like, no, I want that little one. Like, but there's no meat on it. It's like, yeah, but it's easy to catch.
I mean,
okay,
we'll know when we find out if Mark ever gets attacked by an alligator or a shark or whatever.
I mean, to be
I
fair,
don't know.
Give you guys feedback.
Mark is in the military. He could definitely outrun me. It's like, even with that.
I always say it doesn't matter as long as you're not the slowest. So
Yes, I don't have to outrun the crocodile. They only have to outrun you.
yes, exactly. So if I kick your knee out, just guess what? It's survival of the fittest.
Well, it's always been the thing. It's like if you have a bear, if you and your friend meet a bear and you've got a shotgun, what's the best way to survive? Like, you shoot your friend in the leg. It's literally the best way.
I didn't say it. Disfer did.
Well, I can't remember what it was, but there is like supposed to be a psychopath test, and it gives this big thing, like gives us whole setup about a family meeting and stuff, and how you met the love of your life, but you don't know who they are, you don't know their contact information. And you all met at this family funeral, so they're kind of related to you or a family member in some way, or maybe as work colleagues or something, but you don't really know. What's the best way to meet them again? And if you know the answer, they're like, you're a psychopath. You must be a psychopath. And it's like, well.
Speaking of people who can't run, Assassin's Creed.
My God.
Oh, yeah.
Shadows is sticking to historical accuracy, apparently, because they have now, not only did they add watermelon and, I'm sorry, I just can't.
Watermelon?
Watermelon.
The Japanese, they don't know your like random slurs.
And cherry blossoms in the same season when that's apparently not a thing. I am still saying that they did that on purpose. I'm gonna stick to it. They added the watermelon because they wanted us to talk about it so they could call us racist.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, that. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah, she's like, watermelon, what's wrong? Why? I love watermelon. What do you mean?
Love watermelon, yeah.
But for anybody,
big something watermelon.
But first, on the
With the
picture,
black
if you scroll down to the picture again, I did think at first, well, she could just be a fat woman, right? It could just be Big Bertha. But apparently that Rikishi move translates to sumo wrestler.
Yes.
So there is no ifs, ands, buts.
Okay, so for anyone who might be confused, like, okay, why can't they have female sumo wrestlers? Let me tell you. So, for those who don't know, it is strictly forbidden for women to become professional sumo wrestlers to this day in Japan. Hell, it is even forbidden for women to get into many, if not all of them, sacred places in Japan, including a sumo ring. The fact that this is a tradition taken so seriously to this date that a few years ago, more precisely in 2018, some female paramedics had to step on the ring to help a guy that collapsed, and they were repeatedly told to leave the ring immediately, even though they were there to help. And after the women left, the tournament staff threw salt in the ring again to purify it because women are seen as impure in Japanese religious culture. This is how much they
Don't say
respect
based. Don't say
this.
based.
He said it already. Someone's heard said it. This is how much they respect this tradition.
I've just said I think I'm Japanese. Like, some people are born too early in time, some people are born too late. I think I was born on the wrong continent.
Wrong continent.
Mm-hmm.
When you said that in the group
move.
chat,
You did say
yeah, maybe that's
you
where you
can
should go.
move.
Yeah.
Well, no, well, the issue with Japan is I would have been interested in going into Japan when they had really tight rules about who can get in there. Someone like, no, you have to speak fluent Japanese. You have to have this. That, to me, would be a great Japan. I've seen what's happening in Japan. Doesn't seem particularly Japanese to me. So, it's kind of... I think even, what's his name? PewDiePie has come out and gone, look, you are literally ruining this nation coming over and bringing your culture here. And, yeah, it just seems like trading in one group of problems for...
So just
Damn
to
immigrants.
also clarify, so there are
Well, that would be
female
the
sumo
contradiction, right?
wrestlers.
Be
There
like,
are
I go to Japan because I like the Japanese and the Japanese culture, but I wouldn't be Japanese. You know, the
So-
eternal contradiction.
Well, you'd have to assimilate into the culture, and there's
Well,
some
that's what I
people
mean,
who do it really well.
That's why when
someone-
they're like, no, you must speak fluent Japanese before you can get there, considering it's one of the hardest languages, there's an effort that goes into it.
So just to clarify, Japan does have female sumo wrestlers, but they're mostly amateur, and female sumo is not considered to be authentic by most Japanese. So if in Assassin's Creed this is supposed to be just, I mean, back then they probably definitely not have female sumo wrestlers. So yeah, there are, but it's like
People-
amateur. It's not.
Well, no, they
Like-
basically, what you've just read out said there isn't. It's
Yeah.
like, there are women that pretend, but they're not sumo wrestlers, they're just
Wh-
fat people in rings.
Yeah, and it says women are not allowed to compete in professional sumo. So
Yeah, because they're not sumo
yeah.
wrestlers. Like,
Yeah.
the way when it was talking about using salt to purify the, it's like, no, this is a religious thing. It doesn't matter what you can make a ring, but your ring isn't a sumo wrestling. Like it's the same place that any building can be prayed in, but only some are churches. It's it does matter. And it's like, but because it's of cultural significance, it is the people that give the culture its weight. If the people don't agree with you, you're not. And you are, but you're not.
Yeah.
I just think
so-
it's silly, like how they thought, there was one black samurai. So let's make a game based about
He
that.
wasn't a samurai.
But
At best,
their
he
thoughts
held a
were
sword
that,
for a
though.
samurai.
That's what their thoughts were.
They wanted to make him a samurai, and so they basically
Yes.
lied. Seems to be the thing.
And so
The only
that
guy,
was-
who said he was a samurai, made a book, then went around talking about his book, referenced his own work, and it spread from there. So it's literally him making stuff up in a book, then got spread around as scientific fact. Like, well,
Yeah.
Scientific fact.
and
Yeah.
let's say there was, right? You still stepped over the corpses of every single Japanese person throughout all of history to that one guy.
Yeah.
It seems like you really hate the Japanese, to be honest, to step over all of them to find somebody who's not.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like I think if we look at just a majority, a generalization of anything, we should look at that big group, not the one individual when it comes to telling a story of not a single character, but all the characters, and giving that country the best job that you can do for more historical accuracy. Because guess what? You just shat all over Japan. And you continue to do it. And I cannot wait for this game to come out and how all the complaints are going to come out and they're going to totally crap the bed.
You think Japan's
And
gonna
the
ban
companies
it?
go, not going to ban it. They're not going to play it.
Well, I know, but remember
I think-
I'm just thinking of the whole Cleopatra thing where Egypt banned that movie because of
Yeah,
how
didn't
much. Yeah.
somebody sue them? I think somebody,
I
like
think-
the
yeah.
The Egyptian government sued them, I think, over it at one
I think
point.
so. Yeah,
It
that's what I
was
mean.
like,
Like,
what?
you're right. They probably won't ban it, but that would just be funny if they did. But no, they're not going to play it. They're like, this is crap.
And I'll tell you
Fair
what will
games.
happen, because the same thing happened with Veil God. You'll see the numbers, people will go, well, these numbers aren't good. And they'll go, look, no, it's like 5th on the scoreboard or something. Be like, yes, but this is a game which is incredibly expensive. And so they expect to have so many more people than they actually have, which makes it a failure. Like, if it was a small indie thing, it'd be incredibly successful, but it isn't. So they'll say it's popular, some people say it won't, and then 8 months down the line, it'll come out in an investor call. Actually, this was disastrous. Exactly what's happened with Veil God.
They don't even need an investor call. If you just look at the stats on Steam, because assumingly it's going to launch on Steam, you will see based on this, number of concurrent players and daily highs and etc., that this game will likely be a failure. The first day, maybe we'll do well. I say maybe. There's going to be a good amount of players that play the game, but with Steam, you can play the game for 2 hours, then get a refund. And some people will do that. Some people will play it
Just to
through.
check it
Some
out.
people will play it and then get bored of it. And the people who are waiting and very apprehensive of the game will watch other streams and they'll
To check
soon
it out.
learn.
Mhm.
Maybe
I'm
they'll hate
kind
it.
of a-
Maybe they'll like it.
I'm kind of amazed that anyone's playing Assassin's Creed games now as it is. I mean, there's been so many of them. And if
Black
anything,
Flag
it's
was great.
regressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Black Flag was the last one that I played properly because all the others, it just seems like that was the first one that added something new. And some of the others, they've not even really been assassin games, they're just fighting games. You're not stealthy, creeping around or whatever. And I've seen even like the parkour on this, and it just seems really clunky because Japan isn't a really built-up area. It doesn't lend itself to intricate parkour. You're just going along about that high off the ground at times, and it will. Why don't you just go along the ground? It's easier. It's such a weird thing for it.
Yeah, we'll see. When does that come out? It comes out this year, right?
Yeah, I forgot the release date. March something, I believe.
Oh, okay, so soon. Oh,
Same
we'll
time as
see. I
Snow
know
White.
there's gonna be. Oh yeah, Snow White's this year. Hmm.
Assassin's Creed release
Can you
date March
imagine if they got near
20th.
and went, we're delaying it?
Oh my god.
A week before the.
Yeah, they're like, these numbers don't look good, we're delaying it. Oh.
And then we're vaulting it. We learned from Disney we should vault things. Oh my god. I don't know. That's just it's gonna be a crap show. March is gonna be great. With
Lots of good
Assassin's Creed
content.
and
This
Snow
Peru's
White.
gonna be a busy boy during March.
I do think Rachel Zegler will have learned by now. Surely. After
You
everything.
say that, but she's not.
After the election whole thing where she came out and got absolutely battered immediately, surely at this point, just repetition will have taught her a lesson.
You have
Well-
faith. I'll give you that.
Well, I don't think she's stupid, so I would hope
I
that she
do.
could learn from experience.
I think she's stupid.
She is naive.
She's stuck in her
Uh,
ways too. So
I don't really go along
she's
with
a
the whole idea.
disrespectful brat. So I think she's going to
I think
continue
she's
that.
been pumped up by her publicist, her agent,
But yes.
all the people around her saying that she is doing the right thing. And I don't think that she necessarily disbelieves it, but I'll give her that she stands by her word, whether
Yeah.
it's good or bad.
I don't totally disagree with the whole doubling down thing. I just think she will try not to, but because she's a true believer, at some point it'll slip out. I think she'll
Yeah.
try. I do think she'll be
She
very
might.
cautious about what she says. Put it that way.
Because Disney's going to be like, shut up.
Well, I bet. I imagine Disney would have someone in the room. So if you see her looking off over here or over there,
They're going to be like,
You know
Yeah.
what?
Because
Disbrew, I think Anthony Mackie and Rachel Zegler need a person like that in their lives.
you don't know if Mackie might have done. That might have been why he was like, no,
Oh,
well,
crap.
we all love actors, and actors are like these things that imagine like sword fights and stuff that you may have seen someone going, no.
Ixnay on the Itsay.
Schick says that Disparu is a saucy tart. You know what? Speaking of that,
See,
Who's
Tart
best
has so many
saucy
memes
girly?
over here.
Disbrew is a winner, I
has
think,
won
right?
best saucy girly. Congratulations. Do you
Told
have do you have
ya!
a
I've
speech
been
prepared for
set
us?
up.
Do you have a speech prepared, you saucy tart?
Do Americans even call people tarts? I'm not sure.
No. I don't know.
You're missing out. Tart is a great word.
I'm gonna start using it. I already took insufferable.
We started
so
with
now,
you, Disbrew.
yeah, you're the first one. Congratulations,
You know,
Sauceroo.
it's an honor and a privilege to be the best woman here. Leader of the Sisterhood. Queen of England. And hopefully bringing back the Empire.
Here you go. You know what? For that one, we'll do this.
Please, please.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
I want
Because I'm worth it.
Yeah.
You know, look, time to make London Museum great again.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, let's catch up on super chats and then we'll move on. Kale, thank you for the 10. Disparu, how are you taking the UK push to spread the BBC license fee dropped by many in the UK that refuse to consume garbage TV to include all users of streaming services in the UK? What is that about? I don't know about that.
Okay, so the BBC isn't funded by ads or anything. It's funded by a tax. Basically, if you watch BBC live or online or any other live television at all, you have to pay for the license fee. If you watch on demand of other channels and none of the other stuff I've mentioned, you don't. Now, everyone was just like, well, I only watch Netflix and Amazon and I can watch ITV on demand, so I don't need this, so I'm not going to pay it. BBC lost millions. And so now, it doesn't really matter, because it's never mattered what their viewing figures are, because that's not how they make money. But now, they've lost fortunes. Doctor Who's being cut, everything's being cut. So, the Tories were like, we're just going to axe the license fee, you're going to have to be a private business and see what happens. Then they went, we're going to push that back to like 2032 or something, in the hope that they would never have to actually go through with it. And then in comes a new group of people and like, well, we think we could do it through adding a tax onto Netflix and Amazon, put it on subscriptions. Or there were several other options that they published, and I think they'll probably go with adding a fee. Or they were going to change it to like, if you just watch Netflix, you have to pay the license fee. They might do that because it's similar, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just add a fee onto every subscription, because then it doesn't feel like you're paying it to them. It just goes onto your fee on Netflix, and you'll blame Netflix. That's what I think they'll do. As for me, I think the BBC should be defunded. I don't think it should exist as an organization, and I would cut the funding tomorrow. And I think that's what should have been done years ago. Like, at the end of this cycle, no license fee, job done.
That's crazy. I agree with that.
Yeah,
Magnum.
It
go
allows
ahead,
them
sorry.
it allows them to be incredibly ideological because they don't have to care if people like it, because that's not where they get the money from. And I think you should have to provide what people want, and then you get paid for it. The way the rest of the business works.
Magnum Norse for 5. USA needs to use our tax dollars to fix our own problems first. Too many fentanyl deaths, too many fatherless children, too much violence in blue cities. Yes, 1000% agree with that. As someone who is originally from a blue city, granted, I spent most of my life in a more red area, but obviously I seen what was going on living in New York State. It's just so I've seen a lot of stuff still. It's very devastating and sad. And I totally agree with that. We got to take care of us first. That's why it was so important to get him in here, and he is making like I didn't expect this much. Like immediately he's just like, all right, sign. Like, yes,
it's the way you
it was
should
amazing.
lead.
It is the way you should.
That's
lead.
what happens when you have a strong man in charge. They just do stuff, and people go, "You can't do that." It's like, yeah, I can. Why? Because I'm in charge.
Because I said so. It's like with a parent when a kid's like, "Why?" And you're like, "Because I said so." Like, what is the kid gonna say? You're the parent. You're in charge. Trump's in charge.
People don't even realize it anymore because they've been led by essentially effeminate women their entire life. And it's like, yeah, but some of them have been men. It's like, yeah, but they act like women. They're driven by feminine impulses. And so they were like, no, we need to get a social consensus, and everyone needs to agree, and I need to talk to 15 different people to see whether they'll be offended if I do it. No, do it. Who cares? Oh, well, I complain. So, you're not in charge. Piss off. You don't like it, go somewhere else. That's the way that a good leader leads. Because you have the mandate to do it because you got the most people. They put their trust in you to do it, so you do it.
Exactly.
It's wild.
Yeah. Black Cane for 5 went to basic with a guy from Guam. The drill sergeant had to teach him how to tie his shoes because he'd never owned anything but sandals. Wow. This
Someone
bro.
say Blabs is from Guam.
Oh, I'm like, why are you laughing at this poor man? But okay, I get it now.
I was
Well,
like,
Blabs is
Blabs
from
can't tie his
Guam.
shoelaces.
Blabs is from Guam.
Mhm.
Yes, but I think she has shoes. We'll make sure.
Yeah, now, but probably only because she saw Mozza didn't have any, and she was like, "Well, I can't
Better
be
get
like
some
Mozza."
so I don't
Yeah.
get lumped up with him. Jason Webster, thank you for the Australian 5. Godzilla -1 2023 has just won Best International Film at the 52nd Saturn Awards. Good.
Oh, I
As
hope
it
it wins
should.
on Mars.
Get out, Sparrow. You're
What?
cut. I'm just kidding.
What? We gotta set up a colony on it. I didn't know we had one on Saturn, but I would have done Mars first. It's closer.
And he comes at Corey's dad jokes. Sorry, you made me start choking.
Well, it's like 3 hours. They can't all be bangers.
He's like,
What a
listen,
way to come back. You made me
Yeah.
start choking on what?
Look, my attempt at comedy is the shotgun approach. You just basically fire as many possible out
Well,
there.
it works.
One of them's probably going to be good, just by the law of averages.
It worked. No,
Any
it
machine gun? Would it be
see,
better?
actually I missed that one. Let me go up and
No, a
Maybe.
shotgun fires lots of pellets at the same time.
Oh.
Godzilla
My one might hit.
-1 just won an award, Best International Film at the Saturn Awards. And Disproves like, I hope it wins on Mars. And I was like, just get out.
Yeah.
Just get out.
Well, I actually...
Oh, that's so lame.
No, like Elon posted a thing once and he was like, "This is the winner of Miss Universe," and I just posted on the. Is it strange? She's always from Earth, and it was like,
I'm surprised he didn't
What if-
respond to you. That
what
seems like something he would.
What if they were actually an alien you didn't know?
They could be walking. They might be
You never
among
know.
us.
They could be among us. It could be a lizard
They
person.
walk among us.
They walk
Well,
among
they
us.
seemingly walk among us. They could be like a slug and doing what slugs do. I don't know.
Disparu might be an alien. That's why he drinks so much milk.
Alien.
How does that logic follow?
I don't know. Just what came to
milk-
my
And if
head,
it's
so
more
I said
likely to
it.
be, he probably
It's
is a cow.
whiteness.
Actually, he's descended from his cow ancestry. It's like he just
No,
evolved to
it's
look like.
Leaving.
us.
I'm just kidding.
whiteness, obviously.
Yeah, the milk makes you super white. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I should not be
That's just being
in
English.
charge here.
We don't have any sun and it's cold.
That's just being English. We're vampires. It rains.
But no, I in particular act like a vampire. That's not an English thing. That's just a internet degenerate.
Well, a lot of the most famous vampires in cinematic history, and my favorite, at least, in the show, is British. So it all's coming together and it all makes sense. I keep
That
trying
is
to
the
quick
thing.
start my cam and my stupid taskbar keeps coming up. Stop it.
We used to make a lot of great TV, and the BBC used to make a lot of great TV, and then it just lost the ability to do so because it kept hiring incompetent people.
HR department, I'm telling you.
Well, they
It's
were
the
like, no, we need
women.
to stop hiring the best people. We've got to spread out and represent the rest of the UK. And it's like, well, I don't want you to represent the UK.
Shane knows.
I want you to represent the best people in the television industry.
The people that'll make the most money. I'm just saying.
Well,
As
was like
a
that
person
fi-
with
it was like-
numbers.
It was like that fireman who was like, well, you need someone to represent you when you walk into it. No! If I'm burning it to death in my house, I do not want a fireman who looks like me. Not at all. I
Well, maybe you
want like the
shouldn't have
biggest.
gotten yourself in that situation. Just
I want the Terminator to walk out of that pissing elevator.
like, I want
him to be
Arnold.
fireproof, walk through a wall, put me over his shoulder, and just carry me out of there while I'm on fire. That's what I want.
strongest, most toxic man out there.
yes.
Please.
What I'm hearing is he wants to be manhandled by the Terminator.
I literally want the Terminator. I want RoboCop to bound his way through the building and just smash down every wall.
And AP chocolate makes you a samurai, according to. Oops. Sorry, I don't know. I thought I would make a bad joke, but Disbrew giggled at it, so I'm happy.
I don't even know. I giggled because I'm like, I have no idea what she's talking about.
It just sounded funny in my head, so I said it. You guys know I just say it. Whether
Well, the
it
thing
makes
is,
sense or not, it
I
doesn't
don't know whether
matter.
that's an American reference. Maybe you have a chocolate
Yes,
bar
we're
called a
special.
samurai. I don't know. We have a
No,
chocolate
because
bar
you're
called a
saying milk.
penguin.
Because saying milk makes you super white. So he said, "What does chocolate make you?" And I said, "A samurai."
How is white? I don't even know how white relates to like samurais.
Oh, he meant
Oh, you
not
meant the
white.
chocolate.
Chocolate milk. He was saying, "What does chocolate milk make you?" So I said, "Because
I
Ubisoft, we just
said
talked about
milk
it."
makes you what? No, it's so much
It's not
funnier. We should
funny
tell
anymore.
the joke again.
Yeah, Disparu. I'm not explaining it anymore. Disparu is kind of sassy, Magnum Norris. That's
He's
why he's
always
sassy.
sassy. He's not kind of. He's always.
He's 100%.
I just like everything to be orderly and make sense.
Yeah.
And I have a habit of looking in the background of things. This is why when everyone else is like focused on a picture and the feeling of, I'm looking in the background for something funny. That's what I'm doing. Like, hang on, why is that bottle upside down? That's weird.
One of my pictures falls over and he's like, "You got a ghost in there, Wicked."
It was like when everyone was watching the Spider-Man trailer and they're watching all the people. I'm like, why are these people T-posing in the back? That's weird.
To be fair, that was really weird, and it did take me out of the show.
Yeah.
Not that I was really in the show, to be fair, but it was like, whoa, what is that about?
It's such a bizarre thing to do. I think it's literally because people are like, oh, well, it's meant to represent a comic. No. It's cheaper, is what it is. They draw the person once, and then they just move them around in the same
Copy,
pose.
paste, copy, paste. And anime does that all the time, but I think they're a little more cheeky about it. Like, they change the hair or the outfit or something like.
Well, they have a habit of doing, like, when you're having a talk, they'll do it down a side alley. So it's just in front of a brick wall. They don't have people in the background not moving. Or they'll be facing the other way, so they shouldn't be moving. They'll be, like, having a conversation or something. They don't go.
Standing randomly. Oh, we're all
They were
staring at you
literally
as you're having a
T-po-
conversation.
This is how video game characters spawn. They spawn with like their arms to their sides, just like that. Because then everything drops with gravity.
Have you ever seen? I'm not going to be able to find it right now, but it was a clip going around. It was a couple of creators that I don't know, but I guess they're big, and they did like a recreation of GTA. And like the girl's walking, and she's like, "How's it going, big boy?" And like she's got like the arms, like you know how they walked in GTA, like the older ones, like probably like San Andreas, and she's like, "I forget you," and she's walking like this, and they did like a whole recreation of it. It was pretty funny, and then they fought, and it was like it was funny. I can't imitate it. I need someone else if I'm gonna.
No,
try.
I have seen that if GTA was real life and there's like a guy running
probably
around,
that.
he'll just like run into a fence for a bit and then slide along the fence to go down the stairs.
Pull somebody out of the car and like, "Hey, man!" Just like, GTA. I'll definitely. I hope GTA 6 is good, but they're gonna sneak something in there that's gonna annoy us. I know it. It's gonna happen.
They
the
always
best-
do, don't they?
But I'm still
I
gonna
think-
get it because I want to play GTA 6. So
I think the best GTA was GTA 2 when it was still top down.
I
Because
like
it-
San Andreas. I love San Andreas.
My thing is
Here we go again.
they removed from the game my favorite thing, and that's basically you can mod the cars to have basically into a James Bond car. So you can have machine guns on the front and oil slicks and caltrops and stuff when you're being chased by the police. Everything was top down, so you had to do it. And you could basically, at a T-junction, set up all these oil slicks, start killing people. The police would come in from every angle and just slide off on an oil slick and smash and blow up immediately. Before you knew it, the entire screen is just destroyed.
Was
It was
2
such a way
Vice
better
City or was that 3?
2 was a top-down one. It wasn't Vice City. It wasn't
And then Vice City
3D.
was the next one then. Probably, right?
No,
3? Or was that
No,
4?
I think it was GTA 3 and then GTA Vice City, if I remember correctly.
3. Well, because 5 San Andreas was after Vice City. The chat will fix it. They'll let us know. They always know. But I remember Vice City. I played that at my cousin's and I wasn't supposed to. My mom would not have let me play that game.
Oh, I mean, kids should probably not play that
Vice City was
game.
after 3. Okay, so what was there? 3 Vice City, and then here we go.
Okay,
we got
so
it right here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Vice City, San Andreas, 4, 5. Is that what you just looked up?
Yeah.
This was like I had it.
Well, yeah, I did. I got the first start right. I just didn't know the rest because I kind
Okay.
of stopped playing them. I think I played San Andreas and I've played 5.
Just 5 and 4 for me. So
I didn't. I tried to play 4 and I think I did like the first few missions. Like, this is awful. The car handling was so crap. I just stopped.
It's great. Just like in LA Noire. Oh my gosh. The driving, because the cars were very slow. It was realistic though, so I give them props for it. Because when they made the game, they could have
I
made
don't want
the
a
mechanics
realistic
better.
GTA.
Well, well, LA Noire,
It's like,
like
great,
for
you
the
crash
time.
into a wall, you need to go to a mechanic. It's like, oh, cheers, I've got to wait 5 hours for the RAC to turn up.
Just steal another car. That's what GTA's all about. Forget it. Just hop out and get another car. Here, you read this one to Spru, because I think you'll do better than me. Thank you for the 20, Ed.
I know North Korea will never be corrupted. I watch North Korean... What?
I knew he was going to
Propaganda.
get rid of
While I
that.
wait in line for my cup of welfare snow from the government. There are no
Welfare
birds
snow?
in the
What the heck
trees
is-
as they are eaten on Tuesday. He's literally writing it from the perspective of a proper North Korean citizen who believes everything they hear. There is
Well done.
interesting things though, where apparently one of the things which is smuggled over are things like the Spider-Man movies, and it's treated as
I
contraband.
mean, I would totally like want to see that as a.
Well, it's because they literally control everything the citizens see,
Yeah.
read, and hear, and so any image of the outside world that could disprove it is abominable. You know, it would literally destroy the entire worldview of the person. So you have to really come down on those kind of things.
Dan, I do agree that the Red Dead Redemption games were more fun than GTA. I'm actually replaying Red Dead Redemption right now, and I forgot how much I love that game. It's been over 10 years because I played it around the time that it originally dropped.
It took me 10 years to complete the first one.
No, it's just been so long. People have said they want a Red Dead 3, and I'm like, I don't. Not with the current state of Rockstar. Leave it alone. Don't touch the games. Just don't do it.
What, have you heard what's happening with the next GTA? There was, I can't remember his name, is it Scryer that did the article? And it was all about the changes that the company has made, how they were
No.
really offended by their frat boy culture and did a lot of work to get rid of that and hire new, more inclusive and diverse employees who can fix the mistakes of the past, going forwards into a new, brighter future. I've seen all this before. This is the same stuff that the people that made Saints Row said, and we saw how that turned out. So,
I mean, I only started playing Saints Row 4 recently, so.
I think
And I saw some of that. That was so fun. I don't know what the heck you guys were doing.
I wouldn't start with 4. I
Like
would have started
racing?
with, I think 3. Now, there's a lot of people that say 2 is the best. I've not played 2. I really like 3, and I think 3 is better than 4.
I played a Saints Row, but I don't remember which one it was. It was so long ago. I didn't finish it either, so I couldn't tell you which one it was.
I am assuming it's in it because I think it's in every game. When you get the dildo bat, it's like poggers.
I mean, I haven't gotten there yet, so.
A girl
can hope.
I think it's in Saints Row 3 where I saved the world from a zombie invasion with a dildo bat.
Well,
I
like I said, a girl can hope.
I think that's like worthy of its own movie.
Oh my gosh, that's
I mean,
funny.
the Disbrew said it first, guys.
I think it is. It sounds like a movie idea. This is the kind of thing Hollywood isn't doing anymore.
Speaking of companies
Just all the zombies are women.
that are zombies now that are hiring, DEI crap.
That's
President
not
Trump.
too far from accurate. Yeah, zombies are
Yeah.
hiring DEI crap.
Yeah, there we go. Trump ordered a sweeping
Memorandum.
memorandum. It is memorandum. Okay, I thought I was going to say it wrong because I usually do. That effectively eliminates gender ideology from the federal government by 5 p.m. today. The following changes must be made. Here, I'll highlight. Terminate contracts, programs, and grants that include gender ideology. Any employee whose job involves gender ideology must be placed on leave. Remove all websites and social media accounts that promote gender ideology. I'm awful at highlighting. Sorry, Disbrew. Terminate email systems with a pronoun prompt. Withdraw all orders and regulations that promote gender ideology. Cancel any trainings that promote gender ideology. Disband resource groups that promote gender ideology. All forums should only give options for male and female. Replace the word gender with sex on all documents, and intimate spaces should be based on sex, not gender ideology. Gender ideology is dead.
You know what I disagree with is the replace the word gender with sex on all documents. Because literally until all this started, those two words meant the same thing. They were interchangeable. They've always been interchangeable.
I agree with
There's been
that.
some weird academics which have tried to argue they're not. And I don't think you should cede language to them. Like, I know a lot of they're like, well, Gary does it with community. I don't think just because a group uses a word, you should allow them to take that word from you. Because I think it gives them too much
That's
power.
fair.
Because then they can just start using useful words and you'll stop using them. And they can control how you speak that way. So I would enforce via law that they basically mean the same thing. And you can stop arguing about it. I would humiliate them enough to make them use the words that they use the correct way. But
Yeah, and here's the memorandum here. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Don't let them take the word. I didn't look at it that way, but that's a fair point. But here it is. He signed it on the 29th, I think, right? And then it was to go into effect yesterday at 5 p.m. So we're going to see some changes, clearly.
This is only in the federal government, mind you. So it is whether a state level follows suit. It'll be interesting whether corporations follow suit.
Well,
and then
there are
We'll
some
see.
people posting photos or leaking photos of the response to this. And obviously, with any kind of leak, you can only trust that it's true. But it makes sense. When people like, these trainings have been changed from like DEI trainings to community cohesion groups. And so they just change the name. They alter some of the documents, but it's still all there. Like when they were changing it to Bridge and said, well, this does the same thing. It just assumes it's one now, but now it's under a different name. So you can pass this, but they will fight you on it. So they will try and hide. And you will have to keep going after them all the time. And every time you find it, root it out. And not just change the name of the situation. Everybody involved in it. Like, you have to make the people, it's like, if you're part of one of these groups, if you've gone through one of these trainings and not reported it to us, you're also fired. You have to make everybody be like, no, this is not allowed. And the advantage of that is the people that report you, you know, are loyal, and the ones that aren't, no, shouldn't be there in the first place. Another way of filtering people.
Yeah,
It'll
I
just
like. Oh, go ahead.
be interesting. It'll just be interesting because, like, I think this is going to be a great move, and we've seen it already in Hollywood that it's changing a little bit just based on the jokes that people are making.
Yeah,
And you'll see hopefully less discrimination in the sense that people will have individualism and people get hired based on their accolades, not their color of their skin, their background, their gender, or whatever the other
stuff
that-
is.
Every form is different, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting what you said about by the jokes people tell, because self-censorship is always based on how you perceive the environment. So nothing's really changed, right? None of the rules have changed for what people in Hollywood can say, but they feel like they can get away more, so they push the boundaries more. It's the
Jokes
same
should
on
be realistically.
it's the same on YouTube and Twitter and everything else. Nobody ever knew what the rules are. You don't know what words will get you limited or censored or like suppressed in any way. So you end up censoring everything, which is the intention. Like, they want you to do it voluntarily. And so when it feels like you can get away with more, people are like, oh, they're willing to push things more. It is a case where perception is reality.
Apparently Canada is announcing their reaction to the sanctions. What is that, like right now? Like live or something?
The
Just wondering.
LGBTQ
A, B, C, D,
E. It's like, I love the bit where he like stumbled over his own, because they've added so many letters to it in Canada.
Oh, it was
random orders
today. Okay.
And they don't just add it to the end; they add it in the middle and stuff. So him not forgetting what it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I like this, but as Dan had just said, Dan Bruckman earlier in the chat, that it's going to take time to see the change, but I think this is a really good step. Also added was they have to withdraw any final or pending documents, cancel any trainings, disband or cancel any employee resource groups, or special emphasis programs that promote gender ideology. That's good.
Also, they're going to save so much money by doing this too, because that's wasted government dollars from your pockets, Americans. And I feel that because we do that in Canada too. And hopefully spend it on something better. But I mean, not guaranteed, but at least it's a step in the right direction to save.
I think it is guaranteed, because this isn't just discriminatory hiring practices. This is literally ingraining incompetence into every facet of your entire government and leadership and all the way down. This is why there are more accidents. This is why there are more disasters. Because if you can't hire the best, if you have to force somebody into a position, they're not the best person, which means which means they're less than the best person. So they're incompetent. You could have had somebody better in that position. And that is worth more than money. Having good people in the role it's worth paying them more. So I think there's more value to this than just monetarily. It's just better for everybody from a life perspective, the quality of life perspective.
Yeah, the cost is
Yeah.
Very
And
true.
people spend money on the worst things, and it hurts me to see when you see, okay. I remember the first time it knocked me in the head that like governments waste so much money. I knew an
Not that money.
engineer that, and this was in my early 20s, and they were telling me that they've been working on a project that hasn't been started and was supposed to start within a year. They've been on this project for 3 years. And I'm like, so you're getting paid for 3 years when you're supposed to pay for 1. Excuse me?
I can't remember which country it was, but I'm pretty sure it was me, America, or Canada. It was one of us. And they built
one of us are in
this-
trouble.
They built this
Oopsies.
massive like car
Sorry.
park. And there's a road going straight along it. And there's a road network on this side, and they're not connected. Like, well, why is it not connected to anything? You built this multi-million-dollar car park. It's just sitting there. It's like, well, nobody thought to connect it to the road. They just wanted a car park in this area, so they built one. And because nobody checked, nobody realized, nobody thought it was their job, nobody did it. And the people building the car park didn't ask, should we connect it to the road? This
Oh,
thing
no.
happens all the time in government. Money just goes. Starship Troopers has a lot of good messages, and probably the best is something given has no value. If you haven't earned something, easy come, easy go. You know, we used to know this.
We used to.
Some of the smartest people are actually dumb.
It's very true.
Tends to be the midwits. There is a level of IQ which is incredibly stupid, which is still smarter than most people.
Okay, here, I'll put it as this. There's social street smarts and book smarts.
Well, yeah, but that's not what I mean. I mean, everybody's seen the IQ distribution graph, and there are so many things where the people at the bottom of the graph and the people at the top of the graph agree, and then you've got the people in the middle of the graph who are insane. And it's like they're smart enough to convince themselves of the dominant ideology. They're smart enough to realize that you get advantages for it, and so they're smart enough to basically indoctrinate themselves into the ideology, whether it makes sense or not. And the ones at the bottom are like, that's stupid, I'm not doing that. And the ones at the top are analyzing it and like, this doesn't make any sense, I'm not going to do that for myself. This is ridiculous. The ones in the middle are like, oh, everyone else is doing it, I'm going to do it. It's, the midwits are the worst. They've always been the worst.
It's true. Let me get this 1 second. Ed Song for 5. What is the plan for MegaCon? Are you guys going to Universal in the middle? Forgot to ask you last night, Wicked. So there is an after hours thing that's attached to MegaCon at Universal. Yeah, Friday night from 7 to 12 a.m. And then Saturday is MegaCon, and then the meetup is at 7 p.m.
No.
What happened?
No.
You sound like you're talking to a dog. No.
No.
Drop it. No. No, drop it.
She's about to get attacked. What is she getting attacked with?
I don't know. It's on camera. The abuse is on camera. We've got proof for a lawsuit.
We've got
It's an open and shut case.
open and shut.
The audio's cutting out. Maybe it's not open and shut.
Make you feel welcome.
I love you. Oh no, I got shot at with a Nerf gun.
Well,
Like, please, sir. But yes, it's on the MegaCon site, Ed. The after hours. It's a universal
They
after hours.
hurt.
They can.
I like that you made more reaction to the gun pointing at you than when he fired it.
No, because I know what's about to happen because he's done this before.
Like, he could have just gone and walked off, and you
She's
still would have
probably
been like,
taking a nap.
"Ah!"
She's like, what is
Hi, Kara.
happening in my house?
No,
You just murdered my guest. I don't
Sorry,
have enough
guys.
cling film for this.
I hope the mic peaked and it didn't go
It
in your
did peak. It definitely
It
peaked.
peaked.
Oh
It
my God.
definitely did.
Whew.
This is what I'm like. I'm like, well, if you want to sue, we've got proof. And then you spoke, couldn't hear a word. I'm like, maybe you don't have the proof.
There
was
was
a
a shooting at the house. Yes, there was. If it's in the news, you'll know why.
The best thing was, it was like a murder mystery because we couldn't see that. We could only see you, and it was going to be like, who did it? It was like going to be The
Yeah.
Simpsons.
It'll just look. All you saw was me going, no,
Yeah,
no,
no. It was like it was literally filmed like a murder mystery. It's like you can't do that. No, look, I promise I won't release the documents.
Ed, yes, it's on the MegaCon website. Just look at the tickets and scroll down on the page. Like you'll see the Universal After Hours. It's at Islands of Adventure.
Yeah, when you buy the MegaCon tickets, literally
Also, I just
on the same page.
found this out. You have to get a wristband from MegaCon to go to that, which I didn't know that. I looked in the fine
I've got a
print.
ticket on my phone.
Yeah, so do I, but you have to show that at MegaCon and they give you
Oh,
it's kind of stupid because like you don't need a MegaCon ticket to go. So I was just gonna show up with my QR.
yeah, that's what I was gonna do. That was like a really.
So yeah, you have to go. You have to get a wristband from MegaCon just so everyone knows. Yeah, it's kind of silly, but
I'm hoping there's signs at the entryway that would say that because otherwise, no one
yeah,
knows.
yeah, there probably is. But if not, like when you just go and ask somebody, "Hey, I need to get my ticket for the after hours," and they'll show you where to go.
Universal is still gonna have loads of people turning up with just that QR code. So I hope they have a way of
Yeah,
dealing
I
with
mean,
that.
they're
It's
gonna have
very
to get the
small
ticket
print.
regardless, right? At least on my end, I'm gonna see how I feel
hmm
because
Friday's a
It-
busy day for you.
yeah, and if I do a 3-hour show versus a 4 or 5-hour show, it can make the difference.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be like, whoa, caffeine, yeah.
yeah.
Just for I truly believe you can rally. I just don't know if I can.
We have faith in you. Jason Webster for 2, The Substance 2024 has won Best Independent Film. I never heard of that one.
It's an
Everyone that
independent
have
film.
seen it seems to
I didn't
like
know
it.
that. Okay, so I watched it this week with Kara, and like we've been
Substance?
talking about this film every day. It's a Demi Moore film. The premise is she's a washed up Hollywood actress / fitness model, and there's some drug that's introduced that makes you young. And then what she goes through. Now, I don't want to spoil what the drug is and how it works, but I think they do an interesting spin on how the rules of how it works and what you need to do in order to create a balance between what being young is through this drug.
The thing that I like about, because I've not seen the movie, but I think it's an interesting premise because all films used to be this, and it's essentially you take a real world situation with some kind of worry, and then you do something weird with it. And so they
Which
are
it is.
essentially taking
Absolutely.
Hollywood. You get the job when you're young and attractive, and then you get older, and then you age out, and then they don't want you.
Oh
Or you
yeah,
may
and
do,
then
like,
they
the odd
wanted to
morally wrong.
replace her with a younger person, which
Yeah, well, that's
normal.
life. That speaks to a lot of women because it's basically the life path. And yes, you're supposed to basically get married, have kids, and so it doesn't actually matter because you've got a husband who loves you anyway. So you don't have to compete, and that's kind of the path that you go through in life. But especially nowadays, a lot of people that don't do that, they don't transfer over, so they just find themselves in like, oh, I used to be like given stuff. People used to want me in things, and now they're not. And so to have a movie that speaks to that kind of audience, I think can be useful and teach people lessons so
No.
they don't have to go through the same problems.
And I think that this is a great exploration of that concept and the consequences you have to go through. And the best way I can kind of explain it, it's like multiple personality disorder.
Okay.
Yeah,
And it depends on how you take it. And I think that there can be essays, tons of essays on how like this movie explores that concept. But like I said, I don't want to spoil it, but just know there is gore.
yes.
If you don't like gore.
I can't spoil it because I've not seen it, but everybody has said it's body horror, so you can probably imagine some of the scenes. There was also an actress that said she has basically damaged her skin. She said it took her 9 months to recover from all the prosthetics that she had on all the time. Because I did see some of the backstage stuff where they said we tried to do anything not to do CGI, so nearly all of it is modeled,
which is amazing. It transferred really well, and I think this movie is going to age really freaking well too.
Yes.
Because it's not CGI versus your Marvel movies that you see nowadays.
For the love of God, go back to miniatures and blowing up miniatures. Like that, they look so much better than CGI.
Yeah. Also, there are a lot of tits in this. Tits and booty and shaking of the
but are they
parts.
monstrous and deformed? That's the problem.
Not all of them. There are some really great gratifying scenes.
I like that you needed the clarifier. No,
because you'll know why when you see why. Because like I said, I don't want to spoil it. Yes.
But so the description on Prime for this just says, have you ever dreamt of a better version of yourself? You only better in every way. You should try this new product, the substance. It changed my life. That's all it says for the description of the movie.
But
yeah, Kara, see? So many boobs, nice boobs. Yes.
Even the body horror aspect of it speaks to, again, Hollywood, where I have aged out, so I want to try and extend. Look at Kate Beckinsale. I want to extend how I look and that youthful age, so I'm going to have surgery. And the people that don't have surgery look so much better than the ones that do, like with the fillers and everything, and then they blow up their face and stuff. And so they basically, like, that's happening in real life. They've just made a movie about it and made it entertaining and more extreme.
Yes, and it's the consequences of wanting to be younger and trying to keep that balance, like not doing too much, and then the mental aspect as well as the physical aspect. Because once you watch it, you'll know it, but I just don't want to spoil it.
It sounds like a Black Mirror episode, like that kind of vibe.
Yes.
Yeah, but it also
I'm gonna watch it.
Like
I added it to my list.
It seems like it was written by somebody in Hollywood that has seen or gone through this themselves, of aging out, seeing other people deform themselves with surgery or doing it themselves. Probably. And so it is basically the lifetime of a Hollywood actress put into movies. And that's all stories used to be this.
There's also I almost want to say there's almost as if there's two writers to the movie. There's like what we've talked about, and then the second half, which you'll understand when you see it.
Is it like a narrator versus first, like the person's perspective, kind of, or no?
No.
Like, okay. I'm gonna watch it.
Like I said, just
watch.
It's a very interesting watch, and I'm curious, especially on Disbrew's aspect, of what he thinks of it if he sees it.
We will try to watch it and talk about it next week if me and Disbrew both see it.
I could watch it again and again because I think it was such a good movie and so different in terms of the plot, and just a surprise because it flew under my radar. I had no idea, but I've heard it a few times, like watch The Substance. Like, okay, why don't we just do this and watch The Substance? It's a girly movie. I made Tugs and Kara watch it with us, and then we reviewed it on Morning Roasts, and I'm glad for it.
Chris Gore tried to get everyone to watch it. I think he kept saying, watch it, don't tell anyone about it, all that kind of thing, which I think he said about a few movies, which he liked and wanted other people to see. But you telling me the story makes me more want to see it than just go into it blind.
Yeah. Because it's just realistic in a sense, but not the more like out there parts.
Well, yeah, because I heard it was sold as like body horror, and body like horror doesn't interest me at all. It's like, oh, there's blood, whatever. I'm more interested in the story of that, and I think the best movies are the ones that relate to people, that like teach you something or go through a life experience, and then put some kind of twist on it.
And you'll understand how I like when I say there's like different ways that you can interpret it based on what you see. I
will say about the Joker 2, horrible movie, but one thing I liked about that is it was competently made. And so it did allow you to analyze the meaning of the movie rather than criticizing such basic stuff as if, oh, this doesn't even make any sense.
It's a bit more, I would say it's a bit more on the head than Joker 2, but you can still abstract whatever you want to mean from it. Like when I look at this, like in my head, first thoughts was, oh my God, people need to be careful when they're older and vying for being that younger version of themselves and doing things like surgery. That was the first immediate thought for me. But it could be interpreted in however ways you want to. It could be you should be careful acting like a 20-year-old versus a 50-year-old. You know,
God, if we get back to surgery being taboo and people aging gracefully, that will have been a benefit to humanity in itself. So, like,
it's not that directly. It's just the idea of
I don't need it to be direct. I need it to scare people into never wanting to chase their youth.
I mean, the picture of Starlight was enough for me. So anyway,
I'm interested in watching.
There was sorry, go on.
Oh, okay. I'll let you think on what you were gonna say.
No,
I just because I do like this definitely like makes me more excited. Kara says she really doesn't like horror, but loved Substance. I like horror, but lately I will say, over the last like decade or so, we have had some good horror movies, but I prefer more of like psychological horror or like thrillers versus like super gory just for the sake of gore.
Psychological and actually gory. Like
yeah, which is fine. If the gore has like meaning, right? But if there's gore without substance, I don't mean that it's called this movie, but you know what I mean? Like if it's just gore without a good story, I'm not into it.
So I have a feeling this movie's got some substance to it. I don't know why.
There was a lot of humor to it. Like we were laughing because there was without context, there was you know in 300 when he kicks the person into the pit.
Oh, this is Sparta, yeah.
Yeah, so he kicks him in. There was a kick like that, and we literally all like laughed.
That's great. So yeah, I'll watch it. I'll watch it before I probably before I come to Orlando. So
oh my God, I'm so excited.
We can
please tell me if you do.
I will. And if Disparu watches it before he leaves, we can or maybe on
I'm
your
sure
flight.
I can watch it sometime when I'm there.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow. If you like a good try. Oh, Heretic. I've heard about that one. I haven't seen it though.
I've seen Heretic.
Is it good?
That's the one with the British actor, isn't it? If I remember rightly, and the two girls visit his house. It's not what I expected. The trailer really interested me.
That's new with
When you say his name, I'll know if it's the right movie. I think it is though.
Hold on. 2020 with Hugh Grant?
Hugh Grant?
That's the guy. Yeah, it is the right one. The trailer is really interesting because it's got a really cool shot in the trailer of like zooming out, and this girl's like crawling down like a corridor or something, and it zooms out and it forms part of the title. I'm just like, that's an amazing shot. I need to watch that movie. I expected Saw. It's not.
All right,
It's
I took a screenshot.
more
So I remember.
psychological, and I came away and like, I actually don't know what to think about this. It's not that I think it's mid either. I think it's because it comes so far out of nowhere. I have a feeling that if I watched it again, knowing what I know now, I think there would be massive holes in the plot. So I kind of don't want to, because I think this is about the best I will ever feel about the movie, and I'm okay to leave it there. He does a very good job of portraying his character and explaining his point of view throughout the plot.
Okay.
I think the rest of it is probably the weakest part, though.
I'm
He's
excited.
Easily the strongest part.
I love a good thriller, so that's on the list too. I'll make sure I watch Substance first. If we're all gonna watch it, then we could talk about it on Saturday. All right, let me get some super chat. Oh, wait, go ahead.
I know
finish that
Mara
thought.
saw the trailer and then she came back and said it's not the movie you think it is. I was like, that sounds weird. So I watched it. I was like, oh, I completely
It's-
understand.
Agree. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Phil. Hereditary. That's what I thought for a second. That's what that kid, right? The weird looking kid. Not to be mean, sorry.
Yeah,
but he looked
Heretic
kinda
is
weird.
last couple of
Heredit-
months.
Yeah, it's a 2024. So Hereditary is 2018. Yeah, that's what I was thinking for a second.
But what I was going to say about this Starlight thing is it's the cheekbones, right? The carved
The
cheekbones.
buccal fat removal.
Yeah, the buccal fat
Ugh.
removal. Yeah, but it's to give you that sharp look. And it's the same in section 21, right? The supposedly attractive woman, the what do they call it? The walking honey trap, bald. Like, this is really weird. All of this isn't feminine, and it's being pushed as really attractive. And then it is literally just because all their like makeup artists and stuff, and like their best friends and everything, they're getting advice from gay men, and so they're telling them what they like, and just from the social consensus mechanism, they're just, oh yeah, this is what people want us to look like. Like, no, that's what they like in men, dear. Stop listening to them. And it's like they may also like the same people you do, but you shouldn't appeal to what they want. This is why all women are like. I hate the Hollywood Instagram face. Like all the makeup is to make you look carved. Like
Yeah.
16 pounds of
Oh.
makeup with very heavily contoured everything to give really sharp
Yes.
bones and stuff.
I tried
No.
to contour once and I was like, it looks like I put dirt on my face. I could
Yeah,
not
the-
do
The only
it.
contour I like is my nose, because I have a very lack of nose bridge here.
I do it for like cosplays. Like I did it for Beetlejuice, but that was green.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
I
that's
had
also,
green on my
like,
face.
Makeup to look like a different face. That's not to accent your current face.
There
I'm
was
fine with my
literally-
cheeks. They could be pudgy. I don't care. It makes you look
Well, they're
younger.
supposed to be
Not
pudgy.
That, not that they are pudgy. I'm just saying I'd rather have that than the.
Yes.
But like pudgy cheek makes you essentially look younger.
Useful.
I
Like,
don't- I don't
That
moment
understand
is
you-
useful.
when
It
these
is.
women get the buccal fat removal and then they get that cheek thing done. Like, unfortunately, I think that's what Emily Blunt did. She was all pretty. She's not
Mhm.
like ugly now, but she definitely doesn't look better. Even Ryan Gosling, who was gorgeous, he got stuff done. He's like, I just watched Fall Guy the other day. So
Oh
that's
my
why
god, he
this-
looks
like,
a little plastic in that.
yeah, and I'm like, for real?
But
Come
the issue is,
on, why'd you
as
touch your face?
as you age, you lose fat in your cheeks. It's a sign of
Yeah.
aging. And so if you
Mhm.
have it removed and then you lose more, well, then you just look like a haunt, like ghost skull
Gaunt
face. It
person,
looks
like a
horrific.
skeleton.
So
Exactly.
no, it
I don't
is-
get it.
I miss
I
the
kind of get the
dainty kind of.
You know what it is though?
Remember in the
Wicked?
90s when it was like, if people can tell you've got makeup on, you've got too much on. Those
Yeah.
were the days.
So they do it because I've done this. I was really close friends with the girl with big breasts. Okay. All her friends.
Drew was
I just
like,
said
I'm
big
listening.
breasts, to be honest.
I'm
No, no,
listening.
no.
It's like, that's all I heard out of the entire sentence.
She had breast implants, and all her friends had breast implants. And I am not a small woman by any means, but when I was around them continuously all the time, I just felt like, oh my god, I feel so tiny. I kind of want to get this. So when you are in LA, Hollywood, whatever it is, and you are around that constantly, I can see
Yeah.
the need to want that, because
Yeah.
that is your idea of what is normalcy.
Especially
What
the
the-
actresses that are aging and all these younger, prettier girls come in and they're like, okay, I got to try and look like that so I can get roles. I don't want to play the mom. I
Exactly.
want to play the hot young girl still. Yeah.
It is a case
It's
of
sad that it's like that, but
everyone is influenced by what you think is normal, but women especially are far more influenced by what everyone else is doing.
agreed.
Like,
Absolutely. And I saw that with my own eyes. And as soon as I stopped hanging out with them as much, I was like, no, I'm glad I
I'm
never got
perfectly
my
fine. I
boobs.
you
like,
want to know
I
what
like
the worst
them.
one is?
I'm fine.
The worst one is that there's a group of female friends. When one of them has a divorce, they all start getting divorced. Like, this happens time and time again. It's like statistically significant levels of change. That if
Really?
you're married,
Interesting.
you want married friends.
Yeah.
But if one of them gets divorced, and I genuinely think it's because she's like, no, my life's amazing now. Look, I have all this freedom. And everyone's like, well, actually, well, you know, maybe I need some freedom. And it spreads. It's wild.
Hmm.
It's a
but
wildfire.
Interesting.
I've changed my mind on the Barbie speech. You know, the big speech she did about how, you know, you're torn between two worlds. And I've now come to see it as she was torn essentially between like the masculine world and the feminine world. And the feminine world was basically horrific for her when you listen to what she's saying. Like, I want this, but I keep being told I should want this. Like, you know, I should be getting back to. And I'm told, no, you can't be too strong. And it was, I think it was literally the consensus mechanism. Like, I feel like I should want this. It's like, yeah, maybe you should think what's good for you rather than what other people have.
What is that? Oh, it's the lizard. Scares lizard.
I was like, I've got a Nerf gun fired at me. Now someone's firing a rat.
You're gonna see it, Disprove. If we walk anywhere with X-ray in Florida, there's little geckos. They don't touch you. They run away. But she's gonna be You're gonna see that.
How are you
so
scared
much.
of How are you scared of that? How can you be scared of a gecko? Do geckos like eat flies and stuff? You won't fit. She is horrified.
She is. She's very. That's why I'm surprised. I'm actually very proud of her that she like hardly jumped when I put that on the screen. I know it was weak. The chat was like, "That's weak." I'm like, "You don't understand."
There's just squeaking. I can just hear squeaking over the microphone.
Just squeaks.
Super chat that I'd bring the lizard in.
I didn't even see her do that. That's funny.
Are you sure that's what the super chat meant when they said, "Can you get the lizard out?"
No lizard.
Literally, I had to do like a magician. Look, nothing on my
You
sleeves.
scarred for
Look, nothing,
life.
no.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
No,
Here it
I
is.
pulled it off my shoulder.
There's the super chat, and somebody in the chat was like, "Is this enough, Kara?" Thank you, Morris, for that 50. You guys.
She does look better than Star Wars Outlaws, but still not a honey trap.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Morris, and don't worry, I'm not skipping the other super chats. I'm just
The amazing thing about her in Section 31 is I think she has one line throughout the entire movie, and then they kill her. I'm like, she must be coming back. There's no way you're killing her off first. Have you built her up? Like, no, they just did.
I didn't
Like,
know
she
that.
had no
That chick from
personality.
31 is the actress from Star Wars Outlaws. Didn't know that. And don't worry, I'm not skipping the other ones, guys. I just wanted to show
They
what
did
was.
do her dirty in Star Wars Outlaws, though. He's like, I assault all my friends.
Oh my god.
You're just gonna wake up and the lizard will just be there staring at you.
She
Oh,
knows
for,
how much I'm scared of them.
To be fair, she didn't even bring it near you. It was in your nearby vicinity, but it's not like she went like trying to touch you with it.
No,
thing
because
is,
I
she was
think
in
I
the-
would have killed her.
She's in
I
the
wanna
same
do
room
that.
with it, and it's not in, not contained. I think that's what I was telling him the X-ray. I'm like,
If
wait
it's
till
not-
you see. Disprove's gonna
Don't-
see just how bad you are with them because there's little geckos that run around Florida. They don't touch you. They run away when you go near them. But I'm like, you're gonna see X-ray go ooh, ooh, like so much if we walk
Oh my
anywhere.
God. So I was over at Capable Gentleman's house, and two little geckos or lizards came in, and I completely freaked out and like I ran away.
British
It's international
Wait, they
fear.
came
I know.
into his house?
They do that, yeah. They died
How?
though. I tried. They just come. They're tiny.
They
They get
died?
into.
What
They
are you doing
died
to
because
them?
it's cold. No, because they need to be in the heat. Like they come in. I don't know why it happens all the time. I try to get them out.
Why
but a
would
lot
they
of
go
times you just
into a
find
cold
them
place if they?
because they're dumb. I guess I don't know, but yeah, geckos are
So
like
most
squirrels
people,
in
but they're
Florida.
not that stupid.
Well, they go in and I usually try to get like a little box and get them out because you try to grab them. Their tail has like that defense mechanism where
Yeah,
like
it
in case
falls
of
off.
yeah. So you try to grab them, get them out of the house.
I like
and
how
if
you
they
say
don't-
box. It's like a box.
a box.
I got a box.
I got a box.
I got a box going. I'm trying to get a box.
But I feel bad though. I've had frogs once. Like there was like two little frogs in my room once on the floor, and I was like, "What is that?" And then I seen it hop, and I was like, "How did you get in here?"
Have
Like
you-
I
have you
don't
ever
even
seen-
know.
Have you ever seen the video of the guy that
X-ray
had
signs
a
are
frog
so-
living on his fence?
I
It was like
just like
scarred.
costed.
It was like this frog keeps hanging out on my fence, so I'm gonna build it a home. So he 3D printed it like a house and a little pool and stuff. And he started hanging around. He's like, he doesn't seem to like the house. Oh, because he was gonna go inside like the metal pole. So then he started building out everything and like a thing for him to go down and everything. And he sort of built him a bigger skyscraper. I was like, hang on. And he brought his like girlfriend over to the house, and she started living in his house, which had its own pool. And then they gave birth in the house, and he started building like little kids' houses for him and everything. And there was frogs. Before he knew it, he had an entire frog colony across his fence that he'd 3D printed an environment for.
A
Amazing.
frog colony?
Yeah. He kept building them like little swimming pools and stuff. So there's literally shots of all the frogs like that in a hot tub. That is 3D printed off this fence. It's amazing.
That's cute.
It periodically appears on Twitter. Like someone would be like, "Oh my god, you got to see this."
X-Ray's like that guy. I know everyone saw the video. It's so old. It was a reporter. I think he was British. He might have been Australian, but he's like talking, and then someone brings a chicken up to him. He's like, ah! He runs away, and he's like freaking out. I know you guys know what video I'm talking about. That is 100% X-Ray.
I mean, if it was a Komodo dragon or something, I could understand it, but not that.
Oh, this is the most emotional I've been on the show.
I would have thought you would have started drooling more than anything else.
No, I mean, if it was a dog, sure. But that literally like hurt my heart.
She just brings it in. You're like, "Have you got any salt?"
It was like a mix of scared and crying, but laughing.
I love how she snuck that. I didn't even see her say that in chat. I didn't know that this deal was made for $50.
It was perfect. Thank you. Who was the one that did the $50?
Well, I don't even think it was for that. It was what Morris was just asking a question. Yeah, the bald. I don't know. Just saying, the bald-headed chick in section 31 is the actress from Star Wars Outlaws. And I did see someone say, "Kara, is that 50 enough?" And I didn't understand what that meant. But now I get it.
This is gonna go down, and I can't wait for Mongoose to like clip it and for me to watch this because I have no idea how I looked at
Oh yeah, it was nose straps. I said, "Is that enough? Are we the baddies?"
All our hats have skulls on them.
Yeah, and the funniest part is Karen knows how I feel about it. She was shaking her crickets. They asked her to feed the geckos, and there was one that hopped on her hand, and I freaked out because I don't like bugs as well. So if that gives you an idea, please do not bring your geckos, lizards, chameleons, any reptiles or bugs near me.
This
That
has
would
been
be
a
a
public
strange thing
service
to bring to a
announcement.
meetup, to be fair.
I'm
be fair,
feeling
No, I think
people
my
have
gecko
done-
needed a walk.
Ed Song, thank you for the 2. So are you guys going to a meetup in the after hours? What it is, basically a lot of people are going, so everyone's just like going to be there, and when you like, that's all it is. There's nothing like set because it's just kind of like free roam. But there is a lot of people going. I'm pretty sure like Park Hoppin's going to be live there. Jay and Beardo, I think.
I think
But,
tabletop
yeah.
people are going to be planning to go there on Friday as well. From what they said
Okay.
today.
Yeah. So yeah, she won't go near my chameleon.
No, that's an even
Yeah, but to
bigger
be-
one. No,
She
thank
won't
you.
know it's there. Like it could be in the room with her now. How would she
No,
know?
I see it. I see it.
No, you think you see it. You only see it when it wants you to see it. It could literally be right next to you. Be like, oh, it could be blending
Excuse
in
me.
with the carpet.
Don't you bring that on me now.
It could be. I wouldn't know.
I've gotten used to the lizards. We even have like, there's a lot of iguanas over here. They'll just be like, they all run away though. None of them come towards you. Now raccoons are different over here. I'm freaked out by raccoons in Florida. I feel like they'll attack. I just don't like. I walked out of my house once, and I'm like standing there, and the raccoon's just staring at me. Normally they'd run away. Like in Buffalo, they'd run away, but in Florida, they're like,
Oh,
"We doing
in
this? We doing this?" And I'm
Toronto?
like, "No, I'm
In
back in the
Toronto,
house."
they'll
Went away.
they'll
I was
chase
like,
you.
"No."
I had to throw
Dang.
my food at it in order for it to stop. So I guess it got what it wanted.
Are you allowed to defend yourself against the raccoon? They're not like
Probably.
endangered. or
Yeah, the
anything.
only one
No.
to defend yourself
would
against,
definitely
at
boot
least
it if
in
it charged me.
Canada, is the Canadian geese.
Yeah,
'Cause
they're-
Oh,
it's,
they'll be
um,
like swans. Yeah, you can't do it because the queen owns all the. Well, the king now owns all the swans.
yeah.
So
They
I
are.
would-
Florida
they can
raccoons.
break your fingers.
They're like all beefy, like let's go, and I'm like,
my
"No."
favorite raccoon video is it's like there's some dogs and cats eating out of a bowl, and there's this raccoon who won't look at them, and it's sneaking up like this, and they're just staring at it like, "What on earth are you doing, you idiot?" And it keeps creeping up with its hands, and then as it gets to the bowl, it just kind of scoops up, and then kind of pulls it back, and just runs away like this, and it's amazing. Like yeah.
Amazeballs.
And the cat and the dog just look at each other like, what on earth just happened?
Oh no, a possum died when you got there. Actually, sorry.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Like,
Yeah.
I didn't kill a possum. What?
No, when I got there, the possum was there, and they were like, "Don't come through the back, go through the front." And when we were looking at where the possum was, I was like, "That possum's gonna die. Like, there's no chance it's living." So, sorry, circle of life and all.
Yeah. Let's see. Gary Thomas, thank you for the 5. Let me catch up on the super chats. The American government once spent thousands of dollars to find out what brand of ketchup slides off a table the fastest. True story. No way. Are you serious?
Is that why they've added more seed oils? Because it makes it less slidey? They're like, look, we know what they're like. We don't want
I
this
did not
stuff
know
on
that.
the floor.
Harold Kami, thank you for the 5. Rachel Zegler after Snow White comes. Oh, that was
It could be
about
the
25
lizard.
minutes.
Oh, no.
No, it was about
It's
25
like, this is what she'll look like.
It would fit. It would fit. Sorry, we didn't pull that up soon enough.
I
don't know the context. You could just
I
say, if you're still here, you could just say what you were talking about.
I do think, especially when it comes to scientists, they are always like, should we cure cancer? Should we cure cancer, Dave? Like, no. I want to work out how many fruit pastels it takes to choke a kestrel. Like, at no point have scientists studied anything useful. They're just like throwing the weirdest crap.
Weird things like what ketchup slides faster? Must know.
What
It's
effect does it have
specific.
on like the indigenous? That's how they get their funding.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Where was I? Nathan, thank you for another Norwegian 20. The substance is the female, the fly. I've never seen the fly. I know what it's about, but I've never seen it.
I've seen it
Hard
a
to
long
know because
time
I've never seen
ago.
it.
I've seen it a long time ago as a kid, but I was such a kid, I can't really.
He was such a kid. Sorry, the way you phrase it. I
Well,
was such
I'm
a kid. I
old.
don't know.
I'm the old fogey of the stream.
Hawk
These young
20
whippersnappers.
Well, you said that, so now it's true. Now
Yes.
you're old. Hawk 23, thank you for the
Get off
Australian
my
5.
lawn.
He's gonna slowly just start getting things like a cane. Just
Yeah.
every
I'm
time
gonna
we
start throwing my slipper at the camera.
Oh, won't be able to find work after Snow White. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
You didn't have to super chat it, but thanks.
Thanks, you.
There's an interesting
thanks
thing where
Thanks you.
she hasn't. We haven't heard that she's working on anything for
else?
a long time.
No,
I don't
just
think
came out
she
with-
will. Oh, hi, Steph. I am drunk. If you go back 5-10 minutes, you can see me scream
Yeah,
hysterically.
she gets
She got accosted by a lizard. Hawk 23, thank you for the Australian 5. Watch Mr. In Between, the best Aussie content since OG Mad Max. Is that with
I don't know.
hold on.
I know the
I have to look it
In-Betweeners.
up. Maybe that might be what I'm thinking of. Mr.
Well, the In-Betweeners is a British comedy.
Oh no, it's not what I was thinking of. Never mind. Thank you for the suggestion. Our favorite health minister is here. The health minister of Belgium for 10. Any senator that doesn't appoint RFK Jr. will get face full of my weight, literally.
If I were you, I would slowly, without like, I'd just expand the picture without telling anybody, and then before anyone knows it, like our entire face fills the circle. Like,
I know.
are you losing weight?
If she turns hot, then, you go, health minister.
Well, I mean,
Hey.
some people go for the. It always reminds me of the Simpsons sketch where it's like, I need to find out how fat you are. I'm gonna time how long it takes for you to stop jiggling. It's like, and he just keeps going forever. It's like,
What's the
look at that
longest
flubberfly.
someone's jiggled?
The longest someone's jiggled?
A long time. Probably
don't
that
know.
woman on Lyft.
Let me see.
Did you see that article, Wicked, where a girl got denied going in a lift and she's suing them?
Mm-hmm.
No, but would she have broken it if she went on it? Because that's
I'm not even
fair.
Debatable.
He said his tire. The driver literally said, "My tire pressure can't handle it." That was his quote. I would have just gone. There's no way you're going to fit in that car, love. Like,
To be
this is
fair,
physics.
To be fair, the car did look like it was lower to the ground than normal cars. And then on top of that, you have your suspension, your tires that do take the brunt of that. And then
Yeah.
I don't think her seatbelt or the seatbelt would have
You look it up.
safely gone over her to protect her
Oh, yeah.
properly.
Look, the funniest bit is when he goes, "I think you need a Lift XL," and I'm like, I know that's not a joke.
Is it
But
the
at the
big?
same
Not a
time-
joke. It's true. But for safety, I would want to make sure my body does not fly out of the car.
Can I play it? Should I
Versus
play
me?
the video?
Should be able to play
Up
it.
to
Yeah. It's just a
you.
guy's video.
Hi, Steph.
Okay.
Thank you for watching that little clip because
Oh,
that was
sh-
embarrassing.
she sure did.
She literally started crying.
And Andrew Matthews, 5 pounds for the gecko. He got screamed at.
Like the gecko gets treats.
I mean, the gecko has crickets, and I saw the gecko hunt for them.
Kara's like, good boy, good boy. You did your job well.
All right, so here's the video. This was in Detroit.
Telling me I'm too busy getting in a car.
Deja Blandings recorded it all. Her Lyft driver.
Oh, I don't know
pulled up
the
only
news
to
report
turn her
whether
down.
you'd get claimed. Like if it was the original, maybe, but the news report might
Okay.
make
So
it
the-
unique for them.
All right.
But it is basically that. Like she wants to get in his car. He's like, no, but you won't let me in. You need to.
I'm
order
just
a
gonna
Lyft XL,
show
you're
in
not
case
gonna fit."
anybody like me hasn't seen it. Just real quick, this is what she looks like.
Oh,
You
yeah,
meant
she's-
Lyft like a Uber. I thought you were talking about something else.
I think you
Yeah,
should
yeah.
show the picture of the rapper, the girl here. This does not do her justice on her
Yeah,
size.
we need a full body picture because. like,
Let me see if I can find one.
She has
Okay.
lumps in places I didn't know where lumps were possible.
She has the biggest fupa that I've seen in a while.
Yeah, like that song about your lovely lady bumps or whatever they are. I mean,
They're
she's
not
got
all- they're
way
not
more
all
than
lovely.
anybody else.
They're not all lovely, no.
I literally, Jay Longbone was covering the story, and I spent way too long trying to work out which bump was which body part.
Okay, I got it. I
'Cause I
got it.
couldn't
Here
tell.
is a picture of her. I'm sorry to our audience.
I'm surprised she'd fit on the screen.
Oh,
No, even that, you need a side. There needs to be a
she
sideways
doesn't have any
profile.
knees.
Well, no, she just kind of has knees on her knees.
No, that's a flab covering the knee. That's not a knee. That's more.
But she
fat.
is a rapper though. That's the thing.
She's got fupas on her knees. Never seen that before.
Okay,
I think she's a rapper.
here is okay. If you can find a side profile, but like
What's-
this is.
do you have a
this is what-
name? Because that'll make it easier.
it is Dank DeMoss.
Well, I mean,
A
name
dang
Here
tells
is
us
the
everything.
spelling.
She took inspiration from Lizzo, but
is she gonna
Lizzo's trying
turn
to
around? There
better
she
her.
goes.
There you go.
There she goes.
Here,
Yeah, the sideways. I don't even. There was one. What was the thing? Oh,
I'm sorry, but that's not going to fit very well in a car,
Yeah.
a regular sized car.
No.
Going to fit 2 seats side to side.
I'd be worried about my seats. She's gonna ruin the spring. My gosh. Ugh.
Yeah. And the worst part is, I do think she's going to win the lawsuit just based on the laws of discrimination in that state.
She can buy more snacks.
So, and I do think the only way the driver could have gone around that is to have her go sit in the car and show that she cannot fit in the seat.
It probably would have absolutely would have
Well-
been like pushed down. You know what I mean?
No,
Like if the scene has
absolutely.
anyone here, I'm sure people in the chat have seen it. Maybe just through X-ray, probably not, but it's okay. Yeah, she has front butt. Gross.
Yeah, like fat is fluid, so she would have eventually flowed into the seat.
well,
Getting
have
her
you
out would have been the
seen-
main
you know
issue
the-
because then she will have like settled around it. Like,
Well, you know
morphed
the
into the
movie-
seat gaps.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape with Johnny Depp from the 90s, where his mom was extremely overweight. Like when she ends up passing away, they had to like actually get a like crane to get her body out. Yeah, see, Adam knows what I'm saying. And there's a scene of her in the car, and it's a regular car, and it's completely like pushed down, like where she is. They have like a scene of the car driving away, and where she's sitting, it's like almost scratching the ground. So maybe that's what the driver was afraid of, but you're right. He should have, or she, whatever, I don't know who the driver was, should have just let her in and showed, like, listen, she's breaking my car.
She's deliberately trying to cause. Anyone else would have gone, it's okay, mate, I know I'm fat, and then would have just gone on to the next one. if you go through there and you start doing a court, you know you're there to cause trouble. You're trying to cause trouble. You're doing it because you know if you make a big fuss about it, you're gonna get more not prestige is the wrong word, but like media presence. People are gonna know who you are. And then if you're a rapper, you have a product, so it's literally gonna translate into money for you.
Mm-hmm.
Everything seems, it's a bit like you're like, I want you to bake me a cake, and you go around every single place trying to ask them to make you a cake until one of them. It's targeted. You're after somebody to turn you down.
Well, and it's easy money for her just based on the state's laws. So
Yeah, unfortunately.
and what is logical is she should not be driving in a regular sedan car. She should be in SUVs, trucks, and just whatever bigger vehicles that are out there.
She doesn't need a lift. She needs a forklift.
Or stop using the fork.
She's definitely got to put the fork down.
And
okay, just Rue was going to chuckle at that one.
Well, no, it was because it was Jay Longbone covered something, and she's talking about no, you're standing by a mansion. So this isn't mine. I always come into this rich neighborhood so I can manifest. I'm manifesting my lifestyle in this mansion. Like, if you just ate like a normal person, you would save so much money. You could probably afford it.
And the worst part is, what is she going to use that money she's going to win from that lawsuit to eat more?
For more snacks.
Yeah. I mean,
this is like the idea of the airplane tickets. We've seen all those videos about bigger people, not just women, okay, who need to buy a second seat. Is it discrimination, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? I don't think it's discrimination because airlines need to worry about the weight in planes, about economy of space. You know, like they will literally try to squish as much as possible. They charge you for having 1 pound over the weight limit in your bag.
I'm not even the kind of person that thinks you need I would have just been like, I think you should just be allowed to go, no, I'm not serving you. No. Why? I don't want to. I don't think you should be forced to serve somebody that you don't want to. Go somewhere else that will.
Asians, I know in Asia, they charge for the size. So say it's $20 for a size extra small, 21 for a small, 22 for a medium, because you should be paying for the material. Right?
Do you want to know
that makes
the
sense.
best thing I've
does
seen?
make sense.
I don't know whether it was in Korea or Japan, but there was an all-you-can-eat restaurant, and they had boards in the middle, and it had like discounts. So if you fit between these, you had like a 75% discount. But the next you had 50, next one 25, next one 0. After that, I think you had to start paying more. And so people would see if they could fit between the boards, because they know you're going to eat the amount you're going to eat. So if you're not going to eat much, don't charge it much. It's reasonable. I'm not against that. The whole idea of no discrimination. It's like, if people do things differently, you treat them differently. I don't see a problem with that. If you use more petrol, maybe pay more. Why should a thin person subsidize somebody else? I don't get it.
Absolutely. So we'll see what society brings from it. But like, I think in America, at least, it's not going to happen. Because then you'll have the law coming after you, unfortunately.
Yeah, because you have like the idea of, is it in the Constitution, freedom of association? I think it is, right?
I don't know.
So I don't think you should be forced to serve somebody, because that's not freedom of association. That's like telling somebody you need to be this person's friend. It's like wild. Because over here we have invitation to treat. They can have items in the store that you can't buy, even if it's got a price tag on it, because they can just refuse to sell it. They don't have to tell you why they refuse to sell it to you. So I think this is the same. Like, we don't know. And she can make up any reason she wants about why he turned her down. It doesn't matter. He doesn't want her in a car. Why should he be forced to? Wild to me.
Very odd. Let me get these super chats.
Sorry, that was the thing I thought about the time. Jay Longbone went through things.
He's got one more.
You think she's fat now? She has liposuction.
She's had
lipo?
Yeah.
Shut the front door. No.
She filmed it. There's footage of her getting it. And Jay Longbone was just like, she looks bigger now. at the end of the video than she did when she went in to get it. So she's like expanded again. And then it was like, well, is this something she has regularly? Like other people have a manicure or a pedicure. Does she just like go in for lipo periodically?
No, okay, you should only get lipo. So scientifically, and I'm gonna go put my nerd hat on. Okay,
1 second.
it is easy to proliferate your fat cells, like easy to expand them, blah, 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 make them multiply by just eating. But when you lose weight, your fat cells actually get smaller and it takes a really long time for those fat cells to die. So when the fat cells get smaller, they secrete a hormone that is like, I need more nutrients, I am dying, and it takes a really long time for them to die. So when you lose weight, the reason why you semi-relapse is you're starting to get those hormones secreting, saying, eat more, I'm dying, blah, 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 blah. So I actually do think that there is, if you can't overcome that, there is a benefit to liposuction in a sense because of the hormone secretion from, I'm saying, scientifically speaking, I think that you should try to overcome it mentally because having that mental overcoming of that will be more significant than just getting liposuction, obviously, because it's also financial.
Yeah, and learning willpower will improve the rest of your life as well.
Absolutely. But she is not even doing that. She's just fat and then getting liposuction and getting fatter and fatter and fatter. And
It's what it seemed to be, yeah. Like, because she expanded more by the end of the video talking about the liposuction than she was when she went in for the liposuction. So she hasn't just expanded,
No, she's not addressing that mental. The thing is, being fat is not just physical, it is a mental thing. And you have to address that mental factor. Why are you eating more?
Well, she's on a seafood diet. She seafoods and she eats it.
Second dad joke of the night from Discourse.
Oh my God. But yeah. Anyways, that's my little scientific rant.
The more you know. Okay. Deranged Lunatic, thank you for the 199. I want to wish a happy birthday to lovely Zia. Yes, happy birthday to Zia. Ed song for 2. X-ray girl, if you see a cord on the ground, don't grab it. Snake, maybe I'm thinking like a.
I still have Nerf pellets on the ground that I have to collect later. To
She
put
was
back in the Nerf
accosted
gun.
twice today. Once by Nerf.
I would prefer the Nerf gun. I would prefer the gecko over an echo.
Yeah. Till the gecko starts learning superpowers from its ancestors.
Stop it! Don't do that.
That's the really dangerous gecko.
This is gonna be a clip. I feel like that's gonna haunt me for the rest of my life.
It will.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good job, Kara. And I don't mean that sarcastically. I mean, thank you. Please,
You've told the internet your weakness as well. So now.
It's not my fault. I told Kara in confidence.
Well, that was stupid. Why would you do that? It was like, by the way, Kara, I'm scared of this thing that you
She
have, and
already
I'm living in
knew.
your house.
No,
Please
it
don't
really-
use it against me.
Mistakes
She
were
would be a
made.
bad friend if she didn't use it against you.
I mean, that's very true.
It's very true.
Stinky face for 2 Canadian. A skunk once stole all my cat's food. He was mad.
It happens, yeah, because I just love the fact that they don't look at, like, if I don't look at the cat, it won't attack me. And the cat's just going, I don't even know what this is. Yeah, it's exposure therapy.
There you go. Yeah.
If the reptile is on your face, it makes you, like, scared. That's how it works.
You get used to it, and then you're like, I'm not scared of you no more. Brian Smith, thank you for the Canadian 10. Do any of you plan on going to the Winnipeg Comic-Con in October this year?
I don't even know where that is.
I have not ever been to the Winnipeg Comic-Con. I know. Did Gina go to the Winnipeg one or the Edmonton one? I forgot.
No idea.
Maybe. I'll say maybe. I can never say no until it's like finalized.
So you know, yeah.
I know what a peg is, and I know what a Winnie the Pooh is, but I don't know what a Winnipeg is.
Mac Fly, thank you for the 2. There was an experiment with dolphins plus drugs and
There was and there's, as far as I think, there's been at least 2 scientists who have been investigating and studying dolphins. And like, dolphins are one of the only other mammals, if not the only other mammal, that does it for pleasure. And the scientist would get involved
That we're aware of.
with the dolphin, and they would claim it was for science, and they told everyone.
What does it involved mean though?
Handies.
Ew.
The way they excused it is that we were trying to do science. I wanted him to do the test, but he kept coming on to me, and so once I did that, it cleared his mind, and then he could go around with the experiment. They're like, no, I did it for science.
Everything, as long as it's for science, you can get away with a lot. I find
They're very public about it. There's video of them
they're
saying
not
this.
hiding
It's
it,
wild.
so
It's like in Beer Fest when he is like extracting the frog semen.
oh my gosh, Beer Fest. Forgot about that movie.
Oh, it's a movie. I was going to say, I don't know what frogs have to do with Beer Fest in the first place.
No, because one of the guys was a scientist and he was doing some research on that, and so he had to extract it. I don't know.
Research,
It's not my movie.
Look, I mean, you have to choose what you study, and you're like, no, I think I need to extract stuff from frogs. All right. Anything else in the world you could have studied, you decided to study that, did you?
Yep. Frog gametes. Sounds more profesh.
Yeah, that makes it sound better for sure. Mitchell Fields, thank you for the 5. First, 2 inches off the ground. Second are their low rim tires that would have been grinding on the ground the whole time.
Yeah. You need a higher raised vehicle and something that can handle that weight. Unfortunately, that is called physics and science, not feelings.
Someone did meme that where she's
People
like,
get
no, I
confused
can
with
fit
that.
in the car, and then it cuts to a car driving down the motorway with no tire at all, just on the rims driving along.
My thing is, if this goes to court or whatever, the best way to settle this is to get the car, get her, put her in there and see if she fits. Does she have anything?
Yeah, that's what they should have done. But unfortunately, they were just like, "Nah, get out of here." So
I would just make a walk into the courtroom in front of the judge, because most of the time you're in the courtroom before the judge sits down. I think the judge should be sitting in the courtroom and then just make her walk up to the booth at the front next. I think that'll be enough.
he's like that. If I was the judge, I'd be like, "All right,
yeah,
guilty."
I just go up to the judge and be like,
"She's guilty."
You can find her in her favor if you want her in your car, just driving around for a few hours.
Good question, Mitchell. Can she do that?
Well, yeah. We'll be like, look, if you can get up those stairs, he's guilty.
Mitchell Fields, thank you for another 5. She just got the Uber Lyft and the forklift app mixed up. Damn it, Disbrew, you said it while I was typing it. Lone Wolf for 5. Disbrew, I had a few pizza jokes, but apparently they're too cheesy.
That one certainly was. That one, you may still be a dad afterwards, but he'd never speak to you again.
Aw. Stinky face for
That's more like a
Canadians.
dad disown joke.
A dad face for Canadian too. Compared to Lyft,
That's where the
woman,
kid
my
walks
profile
out for
pic is
milk and never
gorgeous.
comes back.
Compared to Lyft woman, my profile pic is gorgeous. Says Stinky face.
This is the thing. Like, if you
That's
ever
for
feel
Kishi's
insecure,
butt, isn't it? From wrestling, pretty sure.
if you're ever feeling insecure, just go and watch one of her rap videos. It'll all be okay.
Yeah, it'll make you feel much better. You'll feel.
You will skip away from that from that PC.
I think we all need a bit of a palate cleanse after all that. So this is like the great philosopher of our time. This guy, honestly, he's been shown on Saucy for the last like 3 or 4 weeks.
He's amazing.
He's amazing. So here we go. X-Ray
And
didn't see
X-Ray
this
hasn't
yet.
seen this.
No,
Yeah.
I'm so excited, especially after my scare.
He's
Yeah,
a
here you go.
philosopher.
Yes, he is the greatest of our time, actually.
My favorite expression in English is the one that says never bite the hand of the one that fingers you, something like that.
Good
Something
advice. He's basically Aristotle of our times.
He said, or something like that.
Yeah, just don't do it. It's not going to end well.
Could be kinky if you do, though. If I'm not rolling that against me, all that. Anyways.
It's like
Which
never.
was close
No.
enough. Like he tried. He was like something
Yeah.
like that. You guys get what I mean. I mean, we'd
Well,
do.
it's the thought that counts. If we've learned anything,
Except Anthony Mackie, okay?
Yes, McFly. That's the LED.
That is, yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
This is the thing. He kind of got popular and people just started binging all of his previous videos and then just making compilations.
That's the thing about being viral is all it takes is one, and if you've been pumping out that similar content, people will watch it.
Yeah, if it's been quality all the time, yeah, it just needs people to notice.
It just needs spreadability, including that finger biting thing.
Especially his, because like TikTok is already quite a viral platform as it is, and none of his stuff is particularly
catchy,
sectioned off in time, and so you can watch his stuff at any point, and it's just a timeless joke. So it's like evergreen.
Sorry, wrong word. Not catchy. You know what I mean, chat. I think. I've been scared by a gecko, and I'm still flustered.
She's flustered.
Especially that one behind you.
All right, it looks like
that had way more of an impact than I expected, to be honest.
Let's see. Do you know if it's Zia's birthday, right? Should we send everyone over there? Can we accept?
That was way more severe than I expected. You didn't even look. I thought you may turn around. I didn't even.
I hate you all, every single one of you, including Kara, including Jerry, and Disbrew.
I thought you may. There were two possibilities. I thought you'd be like, I'm not going to fall for that. Or you'd turn around and look. I didn't expect you to just jump without even check. You didn't even check if I was telling the truth. There could have actually been a
playing
gecko
a
there.
scary game, though?
Yeah, but your scary game is jump, stand there, die. Didn't even like try and find a way out or look to see if it was. You didn't try and save yourself. You're like, the gecko's behind me. I'm gonna die. This is my life now. You just immediately accepted it.
This has literally been the story of my life. I've been saying, if there's a zombie apocalypse, just let me kill myself. It's fine.
It's
You are
fine.
literally the deer. The car's coming at them, and they're just like, oh no. They just stands there.
Life was good. I'm happy to die now.
I only wanted a bush over there, but here we are. Like, you could just walk left, you'll be fine. No, I'm standing here, actually.
Don't mind me. I had to re-log into my YouTube so I can redirect the stream. It's Zia's birthday, right? So does she have it on for raids? Let me see.
This is the issue with raids.
I know you have to turn them on, and you have to follow each other. Blah 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 blah.
That's
all
the
the
thing.
rules.
Yeah, it's not just turn it on and then anyone can follow. You have to like actively link certain channels, don't you?
Sometimes you do, yeah. I think there's a way around it. Like if you keep your all your stuff public, like your subscriptions and stuff, that anybody can.
Yeah.
And like, but I don't have that, so I just have like my certain people that can redirect.
I think I've been on this website, Lone Wolf.
we can
Lone Wolf for
redirect you.
5 says, "How about this one, Disbrew? A blind man walks into a bar and a table and a chair."
There are others if it's the same website I was posting earlier. I started taunting Chrysanth with them. It was like various different ones.
Please don't tell everyone about this.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Mongoose
do you
is
think
probably
they're
working
gonna
on the
do?
clip right now.
Everyone's always walking around with a pocket gecko they can use against you. I mean,
Stop this! No one has a pocket gecko.
Geckos are way
Exactly.
too fast for that to just
like,
be in
if
your
you were
pocket.
if you were like, I'm scared of mobile phones. Yeah, okay, everyone's got one on them that they could taunt you with. People don't just happen to have a gecko they can use against you.
It's true.
Well,
Although if people are like, look, a gecko, and you scare yourself craply, that will happen.
What do you have coming up, X-Ray? I know you're leaving soon, aren't you?
Yes. So tomorrow, same thing as per normal, would be morning art scheduled at 10 a.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Eastern Sunday Funday. We're going to be playing Nuclear Nightmare. And then at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, Forbidden Frontier, we're going to be talking about UFO, more of the BS that's happening there, as well as the Immaculate Constellation document. And I kind of talk a little bit about the Philadelphia flight, but we'll see if anything comes of it. If there's any conspiracies around it, because I have heard a couple conspiracies, but
Which one's that? Is that the helicopter one?
The medic evac.
I don't think.
I think it was a regular plane. I don't know what kind of vehicle it was.
Was that the one that happened yesterday?
Yes.
It happened the other day.
Okay,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Was it yesterday?
Yeah. I saw some conspiracy theories out there, but I think it's pretty straightforward. But I don't know. Maybe
The-
the
the
boys
ha-
have conspiracies that they want to talk about.
The helicopter one is the one that has more stories about it because now they have revealed 2 names and refused to reveal the name of the female pilot.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's. I'm sorry. I was thinking of the one that
DEI.
happened like a week ago, but yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot there was
So
one that happened yesterday.
there's all the predictable rumors, and you tend to find that the rumors are correct in this, and they just refuse to tell you until everything dies down.
Hirokami for 2. What's the only thing a vegan kills?
Vegetables.
Their self-respect. I do think veganism
Their
is more
buttholes.
mean. Like, at least a cow gets the opportunity to run away, right? A carrot, that's not going anywhere.
A carrot's not going anywhere. And Shane,
My favorite vegan joke is what is veganism? A mistake.
yeah. Great stream. Good night, all. Thank you, Shane. All right, what do you have coming up? Just Bruni videos?
Yes.
The conversation. Sorry, the rest of the joke.
Yeah,
Thank you for
well,
the
it's
tip.
like how do you know someone's a vegan? They tell you. It's there was a Hollywood Reporter article about Anthony Mackie, but it was more interesting the title where it says, "How can this just proves Disney can't escape the culture war? People won't let them." I'm like, well, maybe we should go into the history of that in Disney and how far back their culture warness goes, because I found it was at least 1990. So. And that's where I stopped looking. So I go through the sort of some of the scandals that Disney's had and their intentions, and what may have led to the position we're in now.
Okay. I have my Sunday night stream tomorrow night with Capable Gentlemen at 8 p.m. And then actually, Monday and Tuesday, I'm gonna be playing more Red Dead Redemption because I really want to play that. And I'm gonna be gone for a bit at in Orlando, so I am going to be playing some of that. So look out for that. And then next week, we're going to be together for Saucy in person. It's going to be fun. And Hokie, thank you for dropping my food and vlog channel. There's going to be some content. I might actually be going live from something on that channel next week while I'm in Orlando. So look out for that.
Oh wait, we should do breakfast at one of the days again.
Oh, we can. Oh yeah, we got to go.
I mean,
gotta go
there's might
to
be
the
someone
place.
cancer, maybe.
There might be. Do you need anything? Do you like anything else? Do you napkin? Pretty much.
We
is
have
how
the
it
most
was.
attentive waiter.
We sure did.
Well,
Well, this Drew's like, I want to go.
it was the only restaurant where you were going to get the tip.
Oh, okay. You're gonna go there.
But we got grits instead.
Well,
That were
no idea
delicious.
is interesting.
Cheesy grits. You know what? I will gift X-Ray a lot of geckos because they're
No.
all over Florida. She's gonna see
Stop
them.
it.
Could
just-
you eat
No.
a gecko?
Huh?
What?
Could you eat a gecko? If one turned up on a plate,
I wouldn't
would
want
that
to.
have the same effect?
I don't know what a cooked gecko looks like, so no, maybe.
I mean, they're
don't
so
know.
tiny. Like, what would be the point?
Well, no, it was
Um,
more the fact that a live gecko scares her. So if a gecko turned up cooked, would it like have the same?
No,
impact?
a cooked gecko because it's dead.
They can't run away
Yeah,
from
but
her
so are
like the other
zombies.
one.
I have an irrational fear of critters. Okay.
She does. She doesn't
Californians.
even have to see it. Like if I got her, I tried recording it, but I'm dumb. I boomered it. I just jumped up and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what is that?" She's like, "Whoa!" She started freaking out. And there was
That's,
I mean,
you just sit next to her, you just gotta jump in. It's like, whoa!
yeah, no,
She's across the other
seriously.
side of the room before you know what's happened.
She Batmans it right out of there. Like, where
Yeah.
did she go?
you just turn around. You're like, wait, where?
Let's just say,
She's like on the ceiling in the like something out of The Exorcist, like in a corner.
despite hating the cold, there's a reason why the cold is good because your bugs and critters can't get too big. They're pretty small in comparison to like a Florida, you know?
Oh,
Like
there's
we don't
some
got
big
as big of
ones.
bugs as you do in like we don't have them that big. So yeah,
It's true.
Yeah, we have
cold.
like little. Well, the spiders seem to be growing, but yeah, we have about spiders and flies, and that's about it, really.
Yeah.
Cicadas are the weirdest thing. They're like stay in the ground for decades or something, and then occasionally pop out. That is.
Yeah. Well,
I
anything
saw a video of
else?
a dog with one in their mouth. It's like,
Oh yeah, I think I saw that video.
yeah,
Um,
the owner's like, I know what you've got in there. And they're like, no, no.
Oh wait, before we go, Cranberry said hello. That Hello Kitty onesie that you're talking about, I vote on the black and hot pink one.
I got the black and hot pink
That's the
one
one you
already.
got? Okay, I thought that one was the cutest. Okay. All right. now
Also,
that that's
there's, like-
clarified.
I got the Hello Kitty stuff already. I got a face mask. I got a brush.
She's gonna get loaded on Hello Kitty stuff at Universal. There's a lot of cute stuff there.
I don't know where the brush went.
They've got some new stuff.
But
Well, last
yeah.
I checked, they did. I'm sure it's the same.
No.
But all right. Anything else that you guys want to add or plug or anything? Next week is MegaCon week. That's all I'm gonna plug.
Please do not bring a gecko when you come see me because I will run away and
never return.
You are not selling not bringing a gecko when you're like, I'll be scared, I'll run away.
Yeah.
No one can get a gecko past security. But mind you, it is invisible, so I suppose you could. Just put it on your back. No one will see it.
Please don't.
It
Please.
could be on your chest, no one will see it. I could have
Yeah.
one on me, no one will know.
But then when you take it out to show her, it's gonna run away, and then they might get in trouble. So don't get in trouble. Just
Well, you'd have to wait
correct
for it to like transform color because you'd be like, look at this. What? And then it'd change. But ah!
Wah. All right. Well, on that note, we are out, and we'll see you guys when we're in person next week.
Saucy
Have a
Saturdays,
good night.
5 p.m. Eastern.
Yes, I will. I'll set the stream up Friday night so that everybody is aware early. But all right, guys.
Gecko free.
We are gecko free. We will see you next week. Bye.
Wait,
Wait.
Jesus, thank you for the super sticker.
Oh, 199 super sticker. Thank you so much. Okay. Now bye for real.
Yeah.